What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. So happy Thursday. I missed y'all on Tuesday, so that's why I'm here, you guys. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. That is super, super important, y'all. Also, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. I want to make sure that the audio is good. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody watching this, everybody in the chat, everybody who supports the channel. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Thank y'all once again for being here. Y'all, listen, my birthday is coming up. My birthday is on Memorial Day, Monday. So I'm getting ready for my birthday already, getting things together for my birthday. So that's kind of why I've been all over the place, y'all. So I'm not gonna keep y'all too long because there's a lot of stuff I need to do to prepare for that. But shout out to y'all. Shout out to you guys. I hope y'all are doing well. I appreciate y'all so much for being here. I love you guys. Hope all has been well with y'all. So listen, y'all see the title, Black Women Refuse to Believe They Will Die Alone, child. Plus, disabled woman wants Chris Brown. That's gonna be a doozy. That is crazy as hell to me. Y'all probably already saw that video, but I'm gonna react to it because it's just hilarious. I'm just saying. What's going on, Future King? How are you? Lamaya, what's going on? Lorenzo Redmond in the building. Lorenzo, why you always want me? The Vivica Fox child. Look, I do it in videos. Listen, why you always want me to do that? I'll do it. But that's crazy. What's going on, Lorenzo? How are you? What is it? Greatest ever. Okay, greatest ever. SYSBM. What's going on? Ryan Wedlow in the building. UFO Kamikaze 1. Divine Photos. What's going on, Divine? Monty Gillum. I hope I'm saying that right. How are you? Thanks for being here. AI, or I think I'm saying that right. Shout out to everybody here, y'all. Randy Tyson, Edwin Campbell. The Eagles Lair channel with Evangelist Tamika. What's going on? Can you hear? Oh, you can. She says she can hear. Thank you so much for being here. Pharaoh, what's going on, Pharaoh? Thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, Fluffy, how are you? What's going on, Pharaoh? How you been? I hope all is well with you. Thank you so much for being here. Marche Perry, and thank you for the super chat, Pharaoh. Marche Perry, Avenue 77. What's going on? Shout out to you guys, Natural Animals. Thank y'all. Some Queen of Vibes in the building. What's going on? So shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button. We got like 74 people in here already, and we only got 35 likes. So make sure y'all hit the like button. The like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. That helps the channel out, y'all. So make sure you are doing that. Also, if you want to support the channel via Cash App or Super Chat, definitely do that. All I ask, $5 Super Chat. It definitely helps the channel out. If you want to support the channel and see it grow, I ask that you support in that way if you can. Other than that, you guys, hit the like button. The like button is free, so make sure you hit the like button. Let's get the likes up for this live stream. All right. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you. Love your name, Ryan, because I have a son named Ryan. So shout out to you, Ryan. Shout out to y'all. So title, Black Women Refuse to Believe They Will Die Alone, plus a disabled woman wants Chris Brown, y'all. I saw this video of this man. This is an openly gay man, but it's interesting sometimes when you hear information and where it comes from, because a lot of times you assume that certain people agree with certain, ideals, or they gravitate toward certain people when they speak. But I think, listen, the truth can come from anybody. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Who you are, the truth is the truth. And so I've seen this guy's channel before, and I've seen videos and clips of him. And I saw this one, and I wanted to share because, listen, at this point, I think a lot of our women, they can get advice from anybody. Anybody who's willing to tell the truth and maybe try to get through to him, I think it's necessary. So it doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, where your background. Listen, if you can shed a little light on to our women and maybe get them to see some things that they need to change, it doesn't matter who the messenger is, as long as if they can get the message across, that's what matters. So it is, getting bad out here in these streets from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. And so I just think that is important for especially our women, if we want to do better and you want to have a better community and society and all of the things that we talk about, you have to be willing to make some changes. And that's really what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So listen, it's up to you. You can listen or you don't have to, but I think that the information is out there. It's up to you whether you want to accept it or not. So I want to play this clip of what he's saying, and I want y'all to chime in the comments. I definitely want y'all to let me know your thoughts, so make sure you chime in the chat. All right, here we go.
If you are a black straight woman who's attracted to black men, I need you to listen to this right now. I'm not trying to exclude anybody else, but this message really is for you. So everybody else can leave off. If you're not that, then you can just sit around and be curious about what I'm about to talk about. But this is really for black women who are attracted to black men and who are also single right now. A lot of y'all gonna die alone if you don't change your approach to dating. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to step on your toes. And you can argue with me in the comments if you want, but I'm just gonna give you some realities based on what I've seen as a black man who has spent the better part of the last 15, 16 years helping and supporting black women in reaching their goals. I have lived in almost every corner of the earth. And there's a common thing that I've seen amongst black women who stay single and the ones who end up in partnership. And the ones who stay single seem to be the ones who don't tap into these tips that I'm about to give you. For the black women that I see who end up in relationships, marriage, whatever it may be, they have certain things in common, or at the very least, there are certain boxes that may end up getting checked within their process of finding a man. The first thing is that for many of them, they have put aside the idea that their black king needs to be above 6 foot, that she needs to be able to wear a heel when she out with him. He needs to look a certain way in terms of look at a high level of attractiveness. She has accepted that she's the prize, and she does not mind looking like the prize. She's okay with looking like his trophy, okay? Y'all need to get over this mindset that your man got to be as attractive as you, okay? For the women who I see who end up happy in relationships, in a lot of cases, their man is not as attractive as them, okay? And in the cases where their man is equally as attractive, or for that matter, more attractive, those relationships work fine also. I'm not saying that never happens. What I'm saying is the majority, that's just not always the case. Beyond that,
he's speaking facts. That is fact. That is factual. Because it's not about that. You know what I mean? In many cases, isn't the woman supposed to be the more attractive person anyway? You know what I mean? So what he's saying is the truth. And, women just have to accept it. That's it. It shouldn't be that difficult. But when we're living in a society where women have all these options and all these choices, and they get, overwhelmed thinking that they have all these options and all these choices, they tend to not choose the right ones. You know what I mean? And this is where, in my opinion, this idea of, I'm the prize and I'm just the everything, the greatest thing since sliced bread and all that. This is part of the reason why I think they have this mindset, why they think this way. But when they don't really get the outcome of what they think and what they feel, then it's a problem. Oh, something wrong with the men. Something got to be wrong with the men. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is part of the thing that is holding a lot of our women back, unfortunately. And it's our women, black women, who are the ones who are going to suffer from this the most, because a lot of the other women, they got husbands, a lot of them do, at least more than what we have, marriages. They have a little bit more than us. We're kind of at the bottom when it comes to marriage and relationships. So my thing is, and I keep saying this, listen, if it's something that you want, because I do understand that everybody don't want a relationship, everybody don't want marriage, but if it's something you keep complaining about and you can't get it, but at the same time, you don't want to change your mentality, that's where you're going to have a problem and not get exactly what you're looking for. So that's who I'm talking to. Liddell Jefferson, shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the generous super chat. I appreciate you. He says, got you, DeeDee. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. Once again, Liddell Jefferson, thank you for the generous super chat. Let's continue, you guys. Here we go.
What I've seen is that they have accepted that he may not earn as much money as them. I know some of y'all gonna turn this video off right now. Y'all don't want to hear this. I'm not saying go be with a man who is struggling and you guys take care of. But what I am saying is that look at the statistics. You guys are out earning everybody. You all really are, and that's a major accomplishment. But what that does.
That's not actual. That part is not actually the truth. That is not. Asian women lead the list of the most the women who make the most money. That is not Black women, and I think we got to get that right, because I think that's something that a lot of these women like to lead with to make them feel good about their choices, and it really don't matter, honestly, because it's more of a mentality. And honestly, as much as a lot of women like to lead with that and think men should be just running behind them and catering to them and doing all these things for them because of that. No, it's the mentality. I don't think a lot of men care about a woman making money, but it's her mentality and her attitude that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think they keep ignoring that. Thank you once again, Liddell Jefferson. I appreciate you. I think it's the mentality, the mindset, how they think is part of the reason, a major part of the reason why men don't want to deal with them and why they're going to continue to be single and possibly die alone, because of their mentality. It's not just that you make money, it's your attitude with it. It's your mindset, the nastiness, the entitlements. In my opinion, I see so much of that. And it's not just because, oh, you make some money, oh, he just intimidated. No, these men ain't intimidated by your money. They don't like your attitude. They don't like you because of the attitude that you possess, the way you talk to them, the way you come off, the way you present yourself. Nobody wants to deal with a woman or anybody with that type of attitude. So it's not just, oh, you make money, oh, he's intimidated. And here you go, your Vivica Fox. She needs someone who understands who and what she is and not be intimidated by who and what she. Nobody gives a damn. Ain't nobody giving a damn about that and intimidated by who and what you are. We see what you are. You're elderly, right? And listen, I want to get old. I embrace it. I'm looking forward to getting older. My thing is, I just think these women, you're not realizing reality. You're not looking at reality. Listen, you're 60 years old. You're an elderly lady. That's what we see. We see who and what you are. You're elderly. You're a senior citizen. So who's going to be intimidated by a senior citizen? I'm just saying. Ain't no man intimidated by that. He don't want that. That's the thing that they're trying to say. We don't want the senior citizens. We want young, fit, attractive women. Look, we've worked hard. The men are saying we work hard. We established something for ourselves. Now, so I can at least go out and find a nice, young, attractive woman that's might be interested. And I can date her and court her and we can have a good time together. He don't want to go. Their first pick is not going to a senior. Come on, now let's be real. If you got all the options, right? You're gonna pick your best option. I'm not saying it has to be a 22-year-old. It could be a 25-year-old. It could be a 30-year-old. I mean, if she looks good and she's fit and she's cooperative, I mean, but you're not gonna go. And be honest, as the men watching it, y'all first pick. You got the pick. You're not going to a 60-year-old, huh? I don't give a damn whether she was on TV or what. Are you going to pick a 60-year-old to hang out with? And you got money. You don't need her money. To me, the only type of man that's going after her is a man who ain't got nothing, who looking to use her. He going after her because he like, oh damn, shit, she on TV. Yeah, that's Vivica Fox. She got money. I ain't got nothing. Let me go see if I could, and you got some looks and she attracted to you. That's who going after. But ain't no man in his right mind, or a man that's maybe 1,000 years old. Because to him, that is a young woman. I'm just saying. Even you find these men who are 80 and something years old still be having 20 and 30-year-old women with them. And yeah, women don't like it. They like, oh my God, that's pathetic. Oh my God, he's horrible and he's this and that. But that still don't change the fact that that's what he's going after. That still don't change his mind. You could not like it all day. Look, it's not illegal. She's an adult, and that's who he want. And he want to entertain her because that's something he wants from her, and it's something that she wants from him. So if anything, y'all shouldn't be trying to shame the men. They're trying to shame men, and they're trying to shame the women and tell the young women, girl, you don't need to be going to dating a man that's 10 years older than you. That's what they like. They've been liking older men. Women been liking older men. But now that they're the older women, now they mad because the men are still doing what they've been doing. They've been liking younger women. So it didn't change. It's just you got old and you became the senior citizen and now they don't want you. Bottom line, that's why we say prioritize your youth. Get you a man when you're at your prime. That way you don't have to work with him, cooperate, and find somebody that you can love and they can love you and y'all build. That way you not out here at 40, 50, 60, 70 still trying to look for a man. You got your man. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to be out here in these streets still competing with these younger women. You don't have to do that, but they don't want to listen. Oh, you go out and party and screw around in your 20s and you hit 30s and you're like, well, damn, you finished college. You done been screwed. You got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, possibly. And now you're wondering why the men aren't lined up to get you. Girl, you missed that window. Y'all don't understand that. Nobody's ever told women this, though. Nobody's ever told them that they will miss a window, that these opportunities aren't as vast for you the older you get. And this is why they're so shocked and stunned. Nobody is telling them that, girl, this is not going to be your chance forever. The older you get, the less opportunities you'll have. So you better strike while the iron is hot. While you got these men after you, you better pick one. You better pick one that you like and grab them up and y'all build something. You'll be more successful in that area that way. Stop thinking that you're going to always find something better and better and better and better because those opportunities aren't that vast. And you miss over in all these opportunities thinking that you have them for a lifetime. And when you're ready to settle down, all these men just going to be lined up waiting for you now that you're 40 years old and 50 and all this. No, you got time. You can just, let go man after man after man, a man who really cared about you. It don't matter because you're going to come around again. It's going to keep coming around. It's going to keep coming around. And then when it don't come around, now you mad and you bitter and you angry and talking about all men ain't shit and all this. And no, it's just you didn't strike when the iron was hot. You thought you could go out and have your good old fun sleeping with this one and that one and wearing yourself out. And then some man is supposed to, treat you like a queen and a princess when you're ready. After you've been ran through, you already created a broken home. All these things, you get to do everything that you want to do. And you think as women, when you hit that 40 mark, 38, 40 mark, where's my person? Now I'm ready to settle down. Now I realize you probably already met your person, baby. You probably already met your person. You just thought that you could do better. You thought that would be something better. You thought now you're more entitled. You want more from a man that you should be asking for, way more. And you don't understand how this works. They really don't. They really thought they could just go out, have their good old fun like their mamas and their grandmamas told them, you don't need a man, baby. You don't need to depend on a man, honey. Go get your education. Take care of yourself. And then when you're ready, the man gonna come. And when he don't come, they sitting around here crying and bitter and mad and blaming all men because men don't want them. Now men don't want you. You've been ran through, all this kind of stuff. No, he don't want that. You should have got him before you got ran through. When you was in your 20s, he was probably in his 20s. And y'all could grow and build together. And now you don't have to be out here competing. But no, they didn't want to hear that. So this is the outcome. These are the consequences of your choices. That's just it. That's what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I mean, there's no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. And you got to be willing to accept that. That's it. If you happy by yourself, be happy by yourself. For real. Scorpion Chris, thank you for the super chat, says, but if you give these women the whole entire world, they still won't be satisfied. Thank you for the super chat, Scorpion. I appreciate you, Scorpion Chris. I appreciate you for that. Yeah, there are some, you damned if you do, damned if you don't as a man. There are women who are ungrateful. Women by nature, a lot of times, they're ungrateful. But that's not all women. Some women understand that they need to compromise, that they need to work with a person. Some women understand that, but some just are selfish to their core, and they don't care about anything but themselves. And that's a problem. And if you don't know how to break out of that mentality and be considerate of others, you're going to have a problem with yourself and with others, including a possible mate. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be a problem. But I do think there are a lot of selfish women out here for sure. But there are some women who are willing to work with you more. And once again, I say this, listen, you're not going to find a perfect individual at all. You're not going to find somebody that you're not going to have any issues with. I say this. people are who they are. You got to find somebody who you can accept their flaws and the things that they come with, because everybody come with something. Trust me, everybody come with something, but you got to determine what that something is, and if you are willing to be okay with the something that they're coming with. Some people are just stuck in their ways. Some people are selfish to a degree. Some people, there are people who are liars. I don't know if I can't deal with no liar, but there are some people who have some faults, have some things. Remember, a lot of these individuals, men and women, were raised a certain way. If you're raised and you come from a toxic upbringing, you were raised nothing but around toxic people, and you've gravitated to some of that toxic nature, you understand that they may very well bring that to a relationship. But what I find is when people are aware of their issues and they're willing to accept that, you know what, God damn it, I didn't come from the best background. I've had some issues. I am a little, toxic, or I have this or whatever because I was raised to be this. I think that when people are willing to acknowledge where they've come from and what they have, to me, they're um more open to changing and working on it because they don't like the behavior, but they do acknowledge that it's there. Once again, that goes back to being accountable. But when you have people who are toxic and they bask in that, and they think that it's a badge of honor, and they really think that this makes them better, and they're not aware that this is not the best behavior, and they just go with it and say take it or leave. No, those are the ones who you're gonna have issues with. You have to be accountable for the things that you do, whether they're good or bad. You have to acknowledge that there's some things that you need to change. And to me, people who are accountable, that's somebody you might be able to work with, because none of us are perfect, baby. None of us. We got some things we know we need to change. And as long as you're aware of that and you're working on it, and you're not stuck in this mindset that you're perfect and you don't need to work on jack shit and you can just do whatever, then to me, that's where the issues stem from. You got to be accountable of your stuff and know that, hey, you can work on yourself and change some things and be better for the person that you say you want to be with. And that takes both parties to do that. And nobody is walking around here with all the answers and got it made in the shade and perfect. No. People have issues. People have kinks. People have trauma. People have a lot of things that they have to work on. But if for the most part, you're a solid person, you're a good person overall, but you got a little, some things you need to work on. To me, that's workable because we all got something. But once again, it's up to you to decide what you can work with, what's a deal breaker, what's not. Okay, if this is a good person, but she a little rough around the edges because she was raised by a single mom or whatever, I could deal with that. But she really is cool, she really is good, she really care about you. Like, that's for you to determine, not for me to tell anybody what they should and shouldn't be accepting. That's something you have to figure out in getting to know a person, whether this person is overall good enough for you, and the little few things that she got going on, y'all could work on that. So that's up to you to determine what you will and won't accept. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how that goes. Because and I will say, being married for so long, you realize it's a lot of small things. It's a lot of small things that you can actually work through. And the only way to know if you are able to work through these things is actually be in a relationship with each other, actually spend enough time around each other to understand and learn each other and know the person, learn them inside and out. So you learn things about them, they learn things about you, y'all learn how to work with your issues. It doesn't have to be a deal breaker depending on what it is. Now, I'm not saying somebody run around here on crack and they strung out on the streets that you got to accept that. Hell no. No. Once again, that's for you to determine. So I'm talking about the small things, because you would be surprised how many people divorce over small things. I said this before. Who ate all the cereal? Little simple stuff that constantly, who you keep leaving the toilet seat up. You know what I mean? You would be surprised how people destroy marriages based on the little things, and it's little things that they're not used to, or they just don't like, and it build and build and build and build till they're just like, I'm done. And those things could have definitely been resolved. So yeah, it just depends on your standards and what you're willing or not willing, willing or unwilling to accept or not accept. Thank you for the super chat, Scorpion Chris. I appreciate you. B Tisdale says, cook. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, B Tisdale. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Let's continue.
Does mean is that the number of men who are available to you who can earn at that level or more, or for that matter, take care of you, is very few. And those few men, you got to ask yourself, who else is competing for them? And are they attracted to you, right? Beyond that, the other thing that I've noticed is that black women who I've noticed who end up in long-term relationships, in some cases, they open their minds to date outside of black men. I'm not trying to encourage you to leave black men behind. I'm not trying to encourage that at all. But what I am saying is that black men have opened their options, and you see many of them getting married and being in relationships. Why haven't you opened your options yet? You deserve partnership. But I think you have to accept that partnership may come in a form that may be different than what you expected, but it still can be equally as beautiful as you expected.
Oh my God. Listen, you know, we hear a lot of women who are black women who are saying that they're opening their options to date outside their race, and they'd be so happy to tell you they dated a white man. And once again, listen, y'all already know, I don't care who you date. I personally don't see anything, you know, personally, me, I've only was really, even though back in the day, you know, I've dated non-black, but I was wanted a black man. Always wanted a black man. You know, I just, that's just me. Black men, but I don't discriminate. But I don't, you know, I think it's your preference. Whatever your preference is your preference. It's for you. It has nothing to do with anybody else. What your preference is, what you like, that's what you like. Because you gotta be in a relationship with the person. So whatever it is that you find attractive in a person, that has nothing to do with me or anybody else. So I'm definitely not a person who, you know, has a problem with people dating outside their race or having a preference. Do you. I'm all for you doing what you want to do, because I know at the end of the day, it's your life. You're going to have to live it, not me. We all make the choices that we want in life. And trust me, I respect it. I really do. At the core of it, I respect everybody's choice, but it's the ones, you know, since I'm talking on social media, then I'm giving my opinion. And my opinion is, you know, choose who choose you. Date who will date you. Like who likes you. Go with the person that wants to be with you. Stop complaining about what somebody else is doing and what they don't like or what they do like. That's not of your concern. Go for the person that wants you. But what we have is a society of individuals, mainly women, who are complaining about men because they are trying to force men to be what they want them to be. And you can't do that the same way you have women who you would try to force men to marry them. Oh, and you would, you know, stay with a man for 10 years, although you've mentioned to him you wanted marriage the whole time, but he never married you. And then you get upset because you realize you come into this idea of knowing your worth, and you feel like, I'm not, after 10 years now, you know, you don't want me. Listen, the man told you he didn't want marriage. If he didn't want marriage, then that should have been you know, something in your head to say, you know what? Oh, well, he don't want this. And he's not going to want it. So this is what I want. So I'm not going to waste time with him because I know this is not what he wants. He's not going to change his mind. Either this is what he wants or he doesn't. That's how men operate. They want it or they don't. And they're going to move accordingly. So I think a lot of women waste time with the idea of what they think and they go have babies with these men, do all this stuff, commit to him, be the best woman they could be, thinking that's going to change him. No, he don't want that. He's cool with where he's at. Either you gonna have to be okay with it or move on. And I think a lot of women waste time, and then if that just creates another bitter woman who's bitter about the fact that she knew this man didn't want marriage, but she stayed with him anyway. So you become bitter thinking you was gonna change him. No, you can't. I don't think you could change a person. You either accept them for who they are or you don't. Bottom line. Mr. Marcus, thank you for the super chat. Says, women hate you, don't they, DeeDee? Probably. He probably do. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. And I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hate me for the truth, then that's your problem. That ain't mine. I don't got to worry about I don't really think about it like that. But thank you for the super chat, Mr. Marcus. I appreciate you. Baby, I do not care. If you do, Okay, that ain't my problem. I go to sleep at night. I really don't care. Sick Lid, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for the support and for being here. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says the entire community is solid as quicksand now. Exactly. Right. And that's the problem. Yeah, it's the problem. Successful MD. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just crazy, y'all. Pharaoh says they open options, but stank assery close. Thank you, Pharaoh, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thai Boxing 67 says, when Frosted Lucky Charms says it's insightful, when Kevin Samuels said it, when Kevin Samuels said it, he's the Antichrist. Straight BS, LOL. Oh my God. When Frosty Lucky Charms says it's insightful, it's insightful. When Kevin Samuels said it, it's the Antichrist. Exactly. But listen, Thai Boxing, thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, look, if it makes a difference, that's why I was saying, it don't matter who, you know what I'm saying? Wherever you can get the information from, if they're willing to listen to the Frosted Lucky Charms, then maybe that might help. I'm just saying. Maybe look, maybe it might take Frosted Lucky Charms to get it through to them. I'm just saying. At this point, if anybody could get through to them to see what's important and what's real, and they change their mentality, it doesn't matter. It could be Frosted Lucky Charms, Jack in the Box, or whoever. If they get it, then maybe it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Hell, because at this point, shit, if they're willing to listen to the Frosted Lucky Charms, let them listen. Maybe it'll make a difference. I'm just saying. Because they don't, at first it was like, oh, these men, we don't want to listen to the men, but then you don't want to listen to the women either. You don't want to hear from a woman, oh, well, men shouldn't be even speaking on women's issues because you're not a woman. Well, all the women that's speaking on the issues, y'all don't want to, they pick me's and all that. It could be married women telling you, hey, giving you some advice on marriage, giving you some advice on, hey, girl, I just think maybe you're going about this a little bit wrong. Maybe I could give you a little tips, help you out, at least, I do have a little one up on you. Like I've been able to get a man and keep one at least. God damn, you might not think that much of it, but girl, there's something to it, At least maybe you want to listen to somebody who has what you want. You want somebody to love you, a provider, protector, all of these things, but you're looking at women who have that, but you're trying to criticize it while, calling them pick-me's when they've already been picked while you ain't never been picked. And you ain't never had a man to even want to, take care of you fully or, buy you a number 2 at Burger King at least. Like all you are to a lot of these men that you're running into is a good time. You the good time queen. You the queen that they run to and call at night when they lonely and they want to bang you and get their rocks off. And then that's it. And then they throw you to the side like you a piece of trash and you okay with that? You're just a good time queen for them to have fun with. And then when the fun is over, they're going back to their regular lives. And you don't like it, but you don't want to hear anything from women who actually have what you say you want. Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And you can't, it doesn't even make sense in any way you try to put it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, look, when we talk about business, we talk about business and all that. Any business person, anybody understands, hey, how that works. If something isn't working in your business, you got to change your strategy, right? You change your strategy. Hey, we tried this. This is not working. We're not getting any sales. Okay, let's switch it up. Let's go ahead and investigate. Let's look around. Let's see what we need to do. Let's change it up. Let's see if this will work. You got to try something different to get a different outcome. You can't keep going with the same old narrative, thinking that this is somehow going to yield you the best results possible and everything that you want in life while you just continue to be as ratchet and just clueless to what is needed, but you just somehow think, oh, you're going to manifest it and this man is going to come out and be the best thing ever. No, you just setting yourself up for failure. And we're literally seeing it happen in 2025. We're seeing these women crash out. We're seeing them trying to convince themselves that they happy single. I'm happy by choice. Oh my God, I'm just the best thing. I don't, I feel so great. And 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 every man will be lucky to be me. I just don't know. Come get me. Come get me. Come get you. They don't want you, boo. They don't want you. I don't care how many wigs you slap on your head, how much makeup you put on your skin, how much, 304 clothing wear you throw on. I don't care how big your BBL is. These men are telling you they don't want you, boo. I don't care how many grand rising queens y'all hear in them DMs. These men don't want you, girl. They looking at you as a piece of meat. They looking at, I probably could smash. Okay. And then that's it. And why? And this is what I like to ask the ladies. Why would you want to put yourself in a position to be somebody's smash queen? Why would you want to put yourself in that position? Why would you only want to be looked at as somebody just a good time queen, a good time girl? Like all he looking to do is just bust them cheeks in and that's it. And then you go home and you don't have nothing. You don't have nothing else. He don't want you. He ain't trying to put you in no house. He ain't trying to make you his girl. He ain't trying to marry you. He ain't trying to even claim you. He don't even want to be seen with you. Only at night when it's the smash queen and go. And then he out, send you on your way. Why would you want to be put in that position? That I could imagine that would not feel good. I don't think any woman would want to feel like a piece of meat to a man. Like all you are is a piece of, and that's it. I don't think, eventually this is why they be crying and depressed on these drugs and stuff, because you're trying to cope and deal with the fact that you're just somebody's, piss around chick. You're not special to these men. And who wants that? Y'all got to think about it and stop trying to play these games and play delusional. Like this is some great way to be. And that as a woman, you feel so proud to be a hoe out in the streets just for everybody. That is not a good feeling. I don't think any woman wants to feel like that her whole life. That your whole life, all you was a piece of quick hit it and quit it to a man. Nobody ever took you seriously. Nobody ever loved you and cared for you and really was there for you. I don't think most women want that. And I think women got to start being more realistic and stop playing around, because we got 60 and 70-year-olds out here still saying, I will not settle. I need a man to know, to accept me for who and what I am. I need him not be intimidated by who. Y'all got to stop with this shit. It's not intimidation. They don't want a senior citizen. Back to that. They don't want that. Y'all keep running around here thinking that. And now y'all here begging and struggling. And some of these people are homeless out here with your kids, ain't got nothing. And you have no type of recourse. You don't have no support from your husband. You don't have nothing nothing of the sorts. And I just think that it's just not a good look, in my opinion. It's not a good look. It's not something to strive for. And as much as women like to minimize marriage and a man is the bare minimum and marriage is not even the flex and it's not even a goal. Well, what is your goal? I always like to ask, what's your goal then? What is your goal? Because somehow they still want a man, but marriage is not the flex. To have a committed relationship with a man that is there for you and you there for him and y'all be together. That's not the flex. That's not the goal. What is the goal? To be a 60-year-old senior citizen, a single 60-year-old senior citizen with kids? What's the goal then? Because y'all complaining about that. You complaining about not having men don't want to take you seriously. They don't want to pay this. They don't want to do that. So now men who. This is something I saw too, which I'll probably do a video on it. But I saw this clip of this guy saying now they're calling men pedos for wanting fit women. We've heard that before. Oh, if he want a fit woman who's not 200 pounds, then something's wrong with him. Something wrong with him? Now, he want a little girl if he want a fit woman. So you ain't a man if you don't want a 250 pound big back on your shoulders. What? That is insane to me, y'all. It really is a sad thing. Mr. Marcus, thank you so much for the super chat. Once again, says the real problem is the 304s for real. They want a roster, not a husband, right? But see, when that roster is not paying their bills, then they have a problem. See, you want the commitment and support. You ought to support from a man, but you don't really want the man. You want all of the advantages of having a man there without having him or being there for him. See, they don't want to do anything. That's the thing. You don't really want to be a wife. You don't really want to cook and clean. You don't want to do the things that men have been wanting for years. I think men have been wanting the same things. It hasn't really changed drastically what men want. The women have changed. So men have been saying the same. That's what they want. They want a woman. Hell, they want a domesticated woman. Hell, they want a woman who's theirs, who's loyal, who's going to be there with them, give them some good love, give them a little meal, feed them. You know what I'm saying? Support them, love them, treat them, rub their head and make them feel good. Like they've been wanting the same things for the longest. But women have changed and decided we don't want no parts of that. We don't want to be in the kitchen. We don't want to be barefoot and pregnant. We don't want to do any of that because that ain't worth our time. We want to be entrepreneurs. We want to be boss chicks. We want to be outside. We want to make our own money. We want to do more than we want to be able to be like the men. We want to be the bosses, the CEOs. We want to do that. But now that they're doing that, some of them, you still want a traditional man. That's the part I don't get. You still want a man to be traditional when you're not. So they want certain aspects of a modern woman, but you don't want all of it. So you want to be a modern woman. You want to make the money. You can pay all your bills and do all that, but you still want a man to come in and take over what you've created and take over and take care of it all while you sit back and have a choice to do it if you want to or if you don't. It don't work like that. And that's what they're realizing. Thank you, Mr. Marcus. I appreciate you. It's just you can't accept the good with it. You got to accept everything that comes with being these modern women, and that's what they're realizing. Thank you. I appreciate you. Successful MD says they said they prefer bears. The bears denied them. Right. That bear ain't paying your rent and getting your hair and your nails done. That bear can't take care of you. You chose the bear. You think the men are, but you still want the provisions from a man without putting in any work. They want the reward without the work. You don't want to put anything in, but you just want a man to just provide for you just because. Thank you, Successful MD. So, and this is why it's going to continue to be a problem. Successful MD says, rigor mortis is happening, not winter. Rigor mortis, okay? Child, listen. I said before, these wigs are doing something to their brains. They're wearing them too tight. Something going on. Like it is causing them the brain to suffer, and they can't see things for what it really is. I'm just saying. Thank you, Successful MD. You say rigor mortis, baby. Baby, hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button, y'all. 194 watching, 152 likes. Go ahead and hit the like button, y'all. But it's just, and once again, hopefully there are some women who may get in and see the light, but we know all of them aren't. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat, says modern women want men they can control and want the man to be a leader at the same damn time. You ain't lying. Make it make sense. All modern women want is power and not a man. Divine Photos, I agree with you 100%. They do want control. The very thing that they blame men for. Men just try to control us, and we don't want that. He was too controlling. He was a narcissist. But they are exactly that. Thank you, Divine Photos. I appreciate you for the super chat and for being here. They want the thing that they try to put on men. I told you it's a projection. It's a projection of what their own feelings. They projected it onto men. They want the control. They want to have the control, but they want you to pay for it. They want to be able to say, hey, I'm more educated than you. I'm the top dog in this house. You know what I'm saying? I make this amount of money. I run circles around you, but they don't want to pay for shit. You want to brag about making more, but you want him to pay you want him to still provide 100%. What's the point of you making everything if you don't want to use it? So you want to be able to say you make it, stack your cash, and you want him, try to put him down in a sense. Oh, he don't make more than me, but he makes enough to still be able to pay all the bills. And that's what you want him to do. That's not what kind of deal is that? This is why you have women who are considered boss chicks who make good money, brag about, hey, because I have a PhD and I have a master's in this and that. I'm on my shit. Okay. And you a hot goddamn mess at the same time. You on your shit with a degree, but you are a horrible person. You are nasty. You got a nasty attitude. People see you coming from a mile away and they just turn around and go the other way. They don't want to deal with you. They don't even want to look your way. And that's women. dealing with other women. So what do you think men are supposed to do? They still looking for the men of yesteryear. They're looking for the old stunt, what you call them, super simp stepdaddies. They looking for those men who thought it was an honor to be a step crash dummy to these women and their kids. They want those men to come up to this to in 2025. They want y'all, they want the men now, the way men are now, they want y'all to go back to where y'all used to be, where y'all didn't care, y'all didn't realize the nature of these women, some of these women. Y'all didn't realize how conniving these women could be. They want y'all to go back. They want these men to go to that. They want these men to be the super simps, paying all their bills, taking on their 3 and 4 kids, and saying, I'm honored to do this. And I love her. I take the kids too. And they want y'all to just be super simps for them in this day and age with how expensive things are, how expensive housing and food and everything costs. They want y'all to be, this ain't the time to be no super simp. I'm just saying. This is not the time to be that super simp crash dummy. It's not the time. It's really not. It's too expensive to be doing that this day and age. See, things were a little bit more affordable back in the day. So maybe, you could work a regular job and you could still be simping for these women and help them with they love rent. And then a lot of them was living on Section 8 and then housing projects. So there was really no rent, but you could help her get her hair done, her nails done, buy her the kids some little snacks or buy them a pair of shoes here and there. You could do that then. You can't do that now. Because if she got 3 kids and you got to buy shoes for each one, it's some Jordans they want, baby. So what Jordans cost? So you gonna be buying Jordans for all 3 of her kids, and then you got to buy her some, and you got to make sure her wig tight. You got to make sure her nails done, her light bill paid, her rent. It's a different type of ball game now. And I don't think these men looking at the cost and they're like, oh hell no, and I ain't got to do this. This ain't my responsibility, so I'm not doing it. As you should. You should opt out of that. That's not your responsibility. So it ain't like you give her a couple of $100 back in the day and that take care of everything. Hell no, you need what you call them, stacks on stacks on stacks. You gotta come out. You gotta come with it on a consistent basis. You gotta come out your pocket with thousands and thousands of dollars to make sure all this shit is happening and working for these women who probably don't give a damn about you. No, I wouldn't recommend anybody do that at all. Scorpion Chris, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Tina knows 71 stated that she ended her second marriage because she woke up and decided that she deserved more, baby. You can't make it up. I'm dead ass. What men do she think is waiting for a 71-year-old grandma with 2 failed marriages? I don't know. So maybe she just want to be by herself for the rest of her life. It's just unfortunate, but that's why I say the older women are not teaching the younger women any better. They're still out here competing. 70, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old child out here still thinking that they're the prize and that they can find a man who's going to just cater to them. You woke up and you decided that you deserve more. What more do you think you deserve is what I would love to ask directly. What more do you think you deserve from a man that you wasn't getting? What are you looking for from a man at 71? I would like to think at 71, you should have a man and y'all should be sitting back, just enjoying the rest of the time that y'all got left. What are you complaining about? Y'all alive, right? Shit, Tina knows you got money. Girl, you got a house, huh? Enjoy the grandkids, sit back. You shouldn't be worrying about what he doing. Are you 71 and he in his 70s? Or whatever. What are you complaining about? There's nothing to complain about at that age, especially Tina knows. He there. He ain't doing too much. What y'all doing? What you doing? What more are you expecting at that age from a man who's likely your age? I don't get it. Thank you, Scorpio Chris, once again for the support. I appreciate you. It just don't make any sense, y'all. Somebody mentioned a roster. I mean, if you 71 and you want a roster, baby, something ain't right and you ain't right in the head. You still trying to crack that old cooch to open at that age. I'm just like, with a bunch of men, like, come on now, you really have mental issues. If you 70 years old is trying to have a roster of men running through that, that old cooch, I like, get it together, baby. It's worth that. You'd be worse off than I thought. Like, come on now, nah. That ain't the time to just start trying to be a 304 at 70. Like, really? Can you handle that? I'm just saying. I just wouldn't recommend. Latrell, thank you for the super chat. Says a woman told me a couple of years ago that she made more money than me. And I asked her, how do you know how much I make? She didn't. She said, I don't know. And I said, goodbye, child. As you should have, Latrell. They be talking. A lot of times they just talking to be talking, y'all. To be honest, you shouldn't take them seriously because it just be a bunch of just wham, 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 wham. It don't be making a lot of sense. A lot of times we talk too much anyway. Hey, I talk too much sometimes too. Sometimes you got to learn when to shut the hell up. Shut up. Like, look, even when you're winning, sometimes you got to learn how to be quiet. It's a lost art for women to not realize that. Sometimes it's a real beneficial tool to a lot of women to know when to be quiet. Sometimes you just shut up. If you're thinking of something, sometimes don't even just be quiet. Sometimes you don't have to say something all the time. You just don't. And it's not a bad thing. It's actually a superpower. To be able to zip your lips and be quiet on certain things is a superpower. And I find that a lot of times women are just talking and not making any sense. And it's just talking just to be talking, to sound like they're being heard and to sound like they have something important to say, but a lot of times it's not. And that's what with this, women are just, oh, I make more. You don't know how much the man makes. You just assuming, and then when they ask you a legitimate question, you get quiet because it's stupid. It really is. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. Successful MD says, change your name to King Pookie and you will be good. Child, listen, thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. They getting tired of the Pookies because they know Pookies ain't offering nothing. They know Pookies ain't offering anything. You know what you get from Pookie, and that's it. Now, eventually that's not going to be enough. So this is why they're pressing the issue of men, the simp issue, telling men, oh, if you're a simp, you must be gay because you don't really like women. No, I wouldn't say that. I say these men just have standards and they realize what y'all are doing and they're not they don't have no part. They don't want no parts of it. Just like y'all, you wouldn't want a guy who don't really care about you and he's lying to you. You wouldn't want to waste your time with him. You wouldn't want to keep on dealing with him when he's up to no good, right? If you realize or learn some things about a person that is not beneficial to you, what do? You walk away, right? So that's all they're doing. They're realizing that this is not beneficial to us. We're going to try something else. We're going to not deal with these types of women because we don't want to be taken advantage of. What's wrong with that? Once again, a lot of these women don't like smart men. You want men to be stupid and oblivious to your nature so you can keep messing over them. No, I have sons, and I said all sons and daughters, and I don't want some 3-time baby mama coming trying to manipulate my goddamn sons. No. And they already know. They don't want no 3-time baby. They don't want no 1-time baby mama. They don't want a baby mama, period. You know what I'm saying? They don't have children. So they understand, I'm not accepting a woman with kids. I'm trying to be some kid's daddy. What? They're not even trying to be, unless, they're married and make their own kid. Ain't nobody trying to do that. And I think these women don't realize that. Like, what? Y'all don't realize how serious this is because you done ran out there in your 20s and threw that cooch on everybody, made babies randomly. And now you just expect the world from men because a woman told you, girl, you should expect the most. That don't mean, just because you said don't mean it is so. And now that men saying, I don't want you and your damn kids. I don't care how well behaved your kid is. I don't want you and no kid. I don't want no goddamn kids until I'm ready to get married and have my own kids. Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just like everything is so out of order to they're just used to that. And they're used to putting this idea out here that what they're doing is okay. And they don't realize the severity of what they have done and how it's definitely making a huge impact in a negative way toward their lives. They don't see it because they don't pay attention to what men want. They're just thinking about their mamas with the stepdad. Oh, my stepdaddy was here for me the whole time while your mama was out there being a 304 and he didn't care. He just sat there and took it. No, these men ain't doing that. So get it together. Get it together. I'm just saying. Divine Photos, again, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I always say, if a woman couldn't make a relationship work with a man making 10 to 50K, then what makes them think it's going to work out with a 100K man? It's not, Divine Photos, because it's not. It's not. You get that because I would like to think a man who's making any amount of money would learn to be responsible with his money, especially if he's a little bit older. Be responsible with his money and not just, throw it out there, just throw it out there. It's difficult to make this money. When you make it, you shouldn't be just willy-nilly throwing it out there. You should have a purpose and a plan for your life. You know what I mean? You should have a purpose for what it is that you want. And the whole point of making money as a man, and y'all let me know if I'm wrong, wouldn't the whole point of a man going out here working hard to build himself up is to create a life for himself first, make sure he can take care of himself, and to be able to eventually take care of a family? Isn't that the whole point? If you know what I'm saying, isn't the point of going out and working hard and purchasing a home is so that you can put a wife and kids in there? Isn't that the whole point? That you're able to take care of yourself as a man, you can provide for yourself, you don't need nobody else. You can take care of yourself, but ultimately you want to raise a family. You want a wife and kids, you want a stable environment for your family. You wanna buy a home to put your, because a man don't need, in my opinion, a single man with no kids, no wife, he don't need a big old house. Am I lying? Let me know. That's how I see it. A man, he can go get a small apartment, he can get a condo, he don't need all that space. He can go get something and live perfectly fine, something less expensive. He can go get a nice place for just him. Hell, some men live in a studio apartment. Men don't, that's why I say men don't need much. You know, when you get a woman, the women are the ones who need more. You'll realize when you get a woman, you notice your toilet tissue goes faster. I'm just saying. Why? Because women use more of that than men. You notice your light bill might get a little higher. Why? Because she's using curling irons and blow dryers and all this other stuff. She's doing extra, right? Your bills go up when you start introducing a woman and kids, because they're going to be using the majority of it while you're paying for it. A single man alone does not take up that much space. He doesn't utilize as much stuff as women and kids do. So automatically, if you want a family and a wife or a woman or whatever, you prepare for that, because you know that that's going to cost more than you just doing things by yourself. So you prepare for that. That's the whole point of it, because you by yourself, you don't need nearly as much as what a woman and kids are gonna need. So when I hear women out here talking, I just shake my head, because I'm like, y'all don't even understand this. And women are going out here flexing. Things is a flex. Now, if you got kids already as a single mother, yeah, you got to go get a place for them to stay, and you want a solid place. Okay, so that's why you got to go out and do it, because you did it out of order. So you got to do it. You created this family, and you didn't require a husband and a father for your kids to be there. So yeah, you went and made kids with men who were not responsible and didn't want that. So yeah, now the onus is on you. So now you got to go work hard. You're the man. You got to go work hard. You got to provide the house. You got to pay for all the kids all by yourself. So once you do that, that's your responsibility now. The man you decided to make kids with, he is nowhere in the picture. And you knew he wasn't going to be in the picture, because it wasn't about that. It was about getting to the D. And it wasn't about being responsible, because if it was, you would have required marriage first before you made a child with a random dude. So when you do it out of order, you get out of order consequences. Right. Thank you, Divine Photos. Once again, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just, you get out of order consequences. That's just it. You can't do things out of order and then expect to get the results of an in order, choice. You don't do it the right. You do it backwards. You get backwards consequences. That's just how it goes. So yeah, it is backwards, Johnny C. You get the outcome of being backwards, and that's it. And you can't shame any man out of that. You made the choice. You made the choice to live your life like that, whether you knew better or not. That's not nobody else's fault, and that's not nobody else's responsible for your choices but you. That's why you have to be accountable for your choices and try to shift that mentality and the way you think, so that you can maybe, possibly, who knows, get a better outcome. That's all I'm saying. It's not when I'm talking, I don't want to come off as shaming women. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to say that all women are bad, because I don't believe that. I don't believe all women are bad. I don't believe just like I don't believe all men are bad. I think we have women who have made some horrible choices based off the information that they were given, and they realize it, but they don't want to accept it at the same time. And you refuse to accept that you've been given the wrong information, and you don't want to believe that you need to do anything to get, for yourself to get a man that you say you want. You think the onus is all on the men to do better, do better, do better. And I just don't believe that. You can't go around here with this toxic nature. You've been given horrible advice. And you just think that you don't have to do anything to get yourself to a point to where you can actually accept a good man. You want a good man, but you are really not the best choice for him. You wouldn't be a good woman for him. And I think that's something that we've not been taught. We have not been taught that. And I think it's a problem. This is why I'll always say the onus is more on the women to make it right. If they don't get it right, that's going to be their problem, because men have always had to depend on themselves and figure things out, whether they by themselves or whether they have somebody in their lives. Men got to figure that out. There's no safety net for them. There's no options for them. There's no resources for them, especially Black men. They don't have that. So they've adapted and they've learned that, hey, ain't nobody rescuing us. Ain't nobody saving us. Hey, look, Peter Thomas, I don't know who that is, from the Housewives of Atlanta. He was married to Cynthia Bailey. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Housewives of Atlanta. This man is going to jail. He has restaurants and businesses and all that, but he got to turn himself into prison for not paying his taxes. Now, there's no woman or nobody else stood in the gap to help him with that, to say, you know what, you've been working hard, you've been providing. And I don't know his whole situation, but what I'm saying is, when a man falls, he has to be accountable. He's made accountable. He clearly was struggling financially. He was out here trying to do it, trying to make it. You know what I mean? And I'm not making excuses for maybe some poor choices that he's made in the past, but what I'm saying is he's pushing, trying to make it. But when he falls short, there's nobody to help him. He got to go to do the time. He got 18 months, then 2 years of probation. He got to go to jail. He got to do his time. He got to get out. He still owes about $2.5 million in taxes. He got to pay that. Ain't no woman standing in the gap. Nobody saying, you know what, this man has worked hard. He tried. He was giving it his all. Let me help him out. Let me help him out before it gets to this point. No, he fall. All his shit fall. He going to jail. He got to do that time, come out, and still got to figure it out. Ain't nobody there for a man. Y'all got to do it till you can't. But women are always the ones with their hands out saying, gimme, gimme, gimme. But then when you can't give it, they ain't got shit to give you. I just think that's a cruel way the world works and how women think. It's just gimme, 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 and I don't have shit for you. You fall, I'm out. Just like that. I just think that is so selfish. You know what I mean? And I just think and it's promoted. Oh, a man, he gets no sympathy. He gets nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that that's a good way to be. I really don't. When both women and men were raised in certain environments, the man, nobody cares about how his mental is and how he copes with things. All of it goes to the women. But they're just coddled and told that you're the greatest. And because of what you went through, we're going to have sympathy for you. But the man, he gets nothing. Like, oh, this was a young boy at one time too, went through some traumatic things, but no, there's no therapy. There's no recourse. There's no resources for him. Oh, he got to pick himself up by his bootstraps. He got to figure it out. But is that a fair way to be? Because he's a young boy turned into a young man, gets no sympathy, no love, no nothing. And this is how women are taught to treat men. And I just think that that's horrible. I think that's horrible. Latrell said, do it right, do it light, do it wrong, do it long. Thank you once again, Latrell. I appreciate you for the super chat. And so, yeah, I think it's horrible. And I just think men see that now and they're just moving accordingly. And that's why I said before, I think it's time men put themselves first. If you don't have any kids, you're not married or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're good, because usually in these, nobody else is going to make sure you're good. You have to be responsible for that. And don't let nobody come in and swindle you out of what you've been doing for yourself, because that's all they're trying to do. They're desperate. They made all the poor decisions. And then they want a good man to come in and just give them every goddamn thing. Hell no. Hell no. Because that would mean my sons. That mean my sons who are taught that you don't go out here and make babies all over the place, that you marry the woman that you want to be with. And if you make children, you provide for your kids. They're being taught that already, and they already, that's what they want. So if they're being taught that and they're saying, hey, no, I don't want to be out here and throw this thing all over and make babies out of wedlock and all that. No, I'm not trying to be reckless. I want to do it the way I want to do it. I don't think that they should be penalized for the women who chose to go out here and who didn't have direction and do whatever they want. No, you shouldn't come to him expecting the world from him with you and your goddamn kids. No, that's not fair to them. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. That's just how I feel about that. And I just think now it's to the point that men are seeing it. They're not getting what they want. Only women are complaining is the woman out here with 3-4 baby daddies out here saying, where's the man who will come in and take care of my kids? Like I saw my stepdaddy do with my mom. Where's the men who gonna come and cater to us and worship the ground we walk on because they want sex and I'm willing to give it to them. So why you gonna come and take on me and my kid? They don't want to do that. They don't want to do it. And so they desperate. The women are out here desperate, literally trying to shame and force these men to come in and take on them and they got them kids. Because without that, they're going to be lost in the sauce. They losing jobs left and right, living in storage, just living outside of Walmart parking lots and stuff like that because they don't have a man to come in and substitute the things that they're missing. They got used to having these men that they could call, these super simps they could call up and say, hey, I need my rent paid, and talk to them all nice and all that and make them think they're going to get some and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to send it to you and just send you money left and right for everything that you want. That is slowly diminishing because, there's still a few out there who's willing to do it. But for the most part, a lot of men are saying, no, I don't need to do that. And they're trying to shame y'all into literally doing something that don't benefit you. So it ain't working. So they're desperate. They're desperate. And then this is why you have some of them who are literally coming out saying, I need a man. I need a man. Yeah, you need a man to pay your bills. Of course you do. I'm not one of them. Yeah, the assumption is you need the bills paid. You need some extra money. You was used to getting it from your super simp. Now he's like, hell no. I realized Red Pill done told me I don't need to do that. So girl, you on your own. Now they desperate. You had men paying your rent. And these men say, oh, hey, shit, I can have more money. I ain't paying this no more. So now you got to get up and figure out a way for yourself. Independent woman. So that's just crazy. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like. Thank y'all. We got enough likes. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. We got 187 watching, 200 likes. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the likes. I appreciate it. See, that ain't hard. All right, let's move on, y'all, to the next clip. Here we go.
Oh my God. Christy, what you doing, girl? Sit up, girlfriend.
I'm disabled, so sitting up is impossible, Kendra G.
Okay, well, I apologize. If you cannot.
It's not impossible, but there is some sort of disabilities that don't make you get up.
What happened?
The
all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now. What happened?
okay, I'll get serious. I was in a car accident in 2019, and yeah.
So are you paralyzed?
You asked me if I'm paralyzed. I'm gonna be serious with you. No, I'm not paralyzed.
Okay, but you can't sit up on your own. You don't have to if you can. It's okay.
Cannot.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
All right, but I guess just for curiosity, since you're on a dating show, are you able to walk and all those things?
This might get crazy. Am I able to walk? I could take maybe like 7 steps, 8 steps.
Okay.
With a walker.
You have a walker or are you in a wheelchair?
I'm in the bed, but I can get into a walker and scoot around.
Okay. I mean, you're not on bed rest 24 hours, or are you?
I can go on tangents. I'm in bed 24 hours right now, but I'm protesting. That's why I'm in bed.
Oh, did your accident happen recently?
2019.
Oh, well, that's like, what is that? 6 years ago.
Memorial Day 6 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right. So you ready? You looking for love tonight with me?
For sure.
Okay. Is your name Christy?
Yes.
And Christy, where you calling us from, honey?
Houston, Texas.
Houston. How old are you?
You know, I've been seeing a lot of strange things coming out of Houston, y'all. I ain't gonna even cap. There's been a lot of strange things coming out of Houston lately. I don't know what's going in Houston, baby. I don't know what's going in Houston, but I don't even want to go nowhere near. And I'm kind of close to Houston. I don't want to go there because who knows? Baby, it's a lot of strange things coming out of Houston. I'm just saying. I don't know why that is, but Houston is not a place you really want to go run to. I don't know. It might, who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But this happened to her. And shout out to her. And, with her situation, she was in an accident. That can happen to anybody, by the way. And she said she's not paralyzed, but she can't walk. And this been happening since this happened 6 years ago. And she still can't walk and stuff like that. And that's unfortunate. Shout out to her for being brave enough to come on here. Because honestly, I don't think you should be on. It's just my opinion. Shit, if you're looking for something, you're supposed to use every opportunity or every outlet that you can to try to, pitch yourself and try to get what you want, I guess. So I guess this would be a pitch. I mean, you try to pitch yourself and it's available. Why not? But everything that, you think you can do or could do, don't mean you should. I'm just saying, because especially if you don't want to put your business out there, you might want to think twice about doing these type of things. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
40.
And do you work?
I'm disabled.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No.
No kids. And have you ever been married?
No.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces Aries cusp, but I'm really an Aries, but I fall on the cusp.
Okay. All right. So we got
them damn signs don't mean jack shit. They don't mean nothing. JSU Tiger 07. Thank you for the super chat. Says women were taught how to be good women. They just didn't listen once they became more educated and made more money than their elders. I disagree a little bit. I don't think the majority of women were taught how to be good women. I don't. And I know some that were not taught. I think a lot of women were not taught. They were given certain advice of what they should do as women, but I don't think it was information that would make them a good woman for a good man. I think women were taught how to scheme on men and taught how to use men, and I've seen that in real life. Women lie to a man to get a certain amount of money out of him, tell him the money is for one thing when it's really for something else. I definitely think a lot of women were taught how to use men, but not how to be a good woman. I'm just saying. I don't think a lot of them were taught that. I think there was a certain group of women who were taught how to be a wife and what you should do for a man. Those women typically get married young because they were taught that that's what they're supposed to do. And you want to build your family. But in our culture, with our women, I think the majority of them were taught how to use a man early on. Just saying. That's what I think, JSU Tiger. I think they were taught how to use men, not really how to be good women to men. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue, y'all.
Christy in Houston, 40, Pisces. She's disabled, no kids.
I'm an Aries, but I'm a cusp.
Oh, you're Aries. I put Pisces. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try it again. We got Christy, Houston, 40, Aries, disabled, no kids, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
This is Chris Brown.
Say again?
Chris Brown.
Damn, all this, you know what? I forgot she was looking for Chris Brown, y'all. Child. Girl, Lord, I forgot all about that part. I really did. I forgot about this is in goddamn sane. Oh my God. This is Lord have mercy.
Oh my God.
I forgot this lady want Chris Brown. I forgot about that part. Now, this is why I say some strange shit be coming out of Houston, baby. And I forgot about that part. Lord, all this is for nothing. What? This is a waste of goddamn time. I'm just saying. That lady said she won't. I forgot about that part of it. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel.
Oh, my God.
Chris Brown for what?
That's the man I'm looking for.
To play his music?
Kendra.
Girl, is that why I'm on this dating show? Chris Brown.
You're calling me because you want to date Chris Brown?
I don't want to date,
Huh?
but we can date if that's what he want. But he in jail right now, so I'm on here. I'm protesting. I want Chris Brown. I watched your show for years. My sister peddled your show, and I've watched it, and I thought really hard on your question. I want Chris Brown.
What do you want to do with Chris Brown?
Date him, kiss all on him, talk, have nice conversations with him, explore him, and everything.
So,
Girl, wait
if
a
Chris
minute.
Brown is not an option,
Hold on. Wait a goddamn minute. She said she want to explore him. Girl, can you can't get out the fucking bed? Oh, excuse my language, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep it PG. Girl, you can't even sit up. How you gonna explore the man? You can't even sit up. I'm just saying. I'm no shade to the lady. I feel bad for her disability. But ma'am, Chris, you can't. How you gonna explore him from the bed, laying down? You can't. You say you can't even walk, but a few steps. How you gonna explore the man? And I can tell you right now, she's not Chris Brown's type. I'm just saying, you're not his type. Chris Brown wouldn't even look that way, honey. And then also, how you gonna see you if he see yeah, you know how if he see you ain't his type, ma'am. I'm sorry to say, you're not his type. I mean, we know, everybody know you're not his type. And on top of that, you have a disability. What you think Chris Brown gonna do with you? I'm just saying, you're not his type. He has a type. And it's not you. And I'm just saying, this is why I say a lot of women are delusional. And I'm not even trying to be mean, y'all. I'm really not. I'm a nice person. I really am. I don't really be trying to be mean, but a lot of this stuff is just mind boggling. This is why I say mind boggling, because my mind is boggling. Like I just can't understand the mindset. And when we talk about women versus men, like a lot of these women are so like something ain't right. When I say mental disturbances, I mean it. It's real. I'm not even bullshitting. It is real. But we keep focusing on like what? It's on a whole nother level. It's on a whole nother level, y'all. And it's like, damn, just when I think there's a glimmer of hope, then we get something like this. So shout out to Kendra G. Shout out to Kendra G, y'all. I don't really be mad at Kendra. It's the people that be on the show that just make you really pause and think, like, God damn, it's really messed up out here. Something is really in the water. Let's continue.
in real life, are you okay with never having anybody else?
If Chris Brown isn't an option in my life, will I date any other man in the world? They gotta prove to me they better than Chris Brown. Prove to me, because that's how valuable I am as a person. If I choose Chris Brown and you think you better than him, prove it to me. Prove me you better than Chris Brown, and I may consider you.
Okay, I want to be sensitive because
Go
I know
ahead.
you've been.
No,
I know you've been in.
no. Be raw. Be raw. I'm
Well,
honest.
no, hold on. I mean, I'm gonna. I could be raw and sensitive at the same time.
My heart doesn't hurt on anything. You go ahead and
No,
see anything.
it's not about hurting your heart. That's never my intentions. I
Okay.
just have some serious questions.
Okay, go ahead.
So, obviously, you been through an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So, my question is, are you on drugs? Like,
No,
have they prescribed drugs to you that are like painkillers that I don't know might make you hallucinate at times?
Kendra.
no, but no, I'll answer your question without prefacing. No, I'm not on drugs.
She looked like
Oh, so they don't give you like painkiller drugs, none of that?
Kendra with the subtle shade.
They will give you gabapentin, but that's not a drug hitting thing. You have to prove that you're in so much agonizing pain before they give you any type of pain medication. So they usually let people suffer in pain most of the time.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, I don't like to be a dream killer, but I mean, listen, There's an
Listen,
opportunity. I will say this.
Kendra,
It could
there's a
be. I mean, hold on. You would have to work extremely hard at it, but it's not far fetched to say that you can meet Chris Brown. You know, there's
Kendra, she could work as hard as she want to. That Chris Brown don't. That ain't his type. She could do whatever she want. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Period. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Scorpion Chris, thank you once again for the super chat. Says she's looking for sympathy. And in the words of Major Payne, if you want sympathy, you can find it in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. Oh, Lord. Listen, baby. Somebody said, I saw this is pure entertainment. It is. That's what it is at this point. This is delusional entertainment. I'm just saying, and you, I, I be lost for words sometimes. It's like I'm really lost for words, and not trying to be mean, but it's like, come on now. We're not dealing with a epidemic out here of single. There's a single mother epidemic, and then there's the mental aspect of it. You know what I mean? There's a mental epidemic when it comes to a lot of women. Come on now. Now, in this instance, I don't think it was unreasonable that Kendra asked her if she was on drugs. In this instance, I think it was warranted. Because you got to think, wait a minute, are you taking some type of medication or something like to make you think this way? Like, what is this? Is not normal. This is not normal. This is not normal. I'm just saying. Oh my God. Anyway, y'all. Thank you, Scorpion Chris. Once again, I appreciate you for the support. Let's continue, y'all.
he does meet and greets. He does all those things. But Chris Brown not in a relationship with his baby mamas.
I
So
know he's
that's
not in
being
it. I know he's not in a relationship with his baby mamas, and he's a very mysterious type of character. And you're asking me if I will be with another man if I can't get with Chris Brown. Here's the thing. I selected a man for myself, and it took me 11 years to come out and admit that's the man that I'm interested in and want. I'm a type. This gets a little bit deep, so whatever questions you ask me, I'm gonna answer. But that's the man I desire and want. And I'm not here to play around. I'm not here because he's a celebrity. I don't care if this man has any money or not. What I'm here for is Chris Brown. He's locked up in jail. He got 3 baby mama. He got a whole bunch of different things, right? And just because he's a celebrity, just imagine, would I date a man with 3 baby mama? Yeah, I would. So, but if somebody come up to me and tell me I'm a better man for you than Chris Brown, and I consider Chris Brown for 11 years, you better prove it to me. But if I can meet,
Christy. Well,
Oh yeah, something ain't all the way there. I ain't gonna say it out loud. Like something is missing. Like something is missing, y'all. Something ain't all the way there. I'm just saying. 11 years you've been waiting on Chris Brown and you haven't gotten him yet. That ought to tell you right there that you answered your own. Yeah, it ain't happening, ma'am. I'm so sorry for you. I really am. And you know that you've been waiting for Chris Brown for 11 years and how did you, so you've been sitting in your bed for 11 years waiting on Chris, like how, what? It ain't gonna happen, boo. Go see if there's another man out here that might be interested in, a bed bound woman. I'm just saying. There might be a man who could work with you and, maybe you get, a social security check or something like that. He might be interested. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to be mean. I'm just saying maybe if you're disabled, that means you get a disability check. He might be interested to maybe be your caregiver or something like that. I'm just saying maybe that should be the focus. Because this focus should not be on Chris Brown. I mean, you're wasting a lot of time. 11 years have passed already. That ought to tell you something. Baby Funk 1975. Thank you for the super chat. Chat says, stop it. Get some help. Exactly. I agree. Stop it. Get some help. 100%. Straight up. For real. I agree with that message. Baby Funk 1975. Thank you for the super chat. I agree. Please get some help. Because 11 years have passed. You're wasting a lot of time. Go find a man who will be willing to be with you and maybe, be by your side or something. I don't know. That's crazy.
Christy, I wanted to be respectful. You
Yeah.
can consider Chris Brown until you see Jesus. It ain't gonna happen, girlfriend, and I love you. I
You
mean, like I said, the furthest it may go is a meet and greet, and if you got that, that is God being good. But you're gonna waste a lifetime on a
said don't waste
person. This,
no
and
lifetime.
I want to just say this. This is kind of what happens. You can desire what you want, but do you want to waste your lifetime on a person you're never gonna get? So you want to
Oh,
And just say it this way, Kendra. You can want what you want, but guess what? What you want gotta want you. Right? Want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. You can want them for a lifetime, but if they don't want you, boo, guess what? You ain't getting them. You ain't getting them. You can want what you want, but what you want gotta want you. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Oh, I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. I gotta put it on a t-shirt. What you want gotta want you, boo. So you can manifest and say it to the to your wigs fall off. That you want this and that, you want that. But guess what? At the end of the day, you meet a man who has all the things that you want, and he walk right past you, baby. That ought to tell you you ain't getting him. That you need to rethink your strategy because it's not giving what you think it should give. What you want gotta want you. I don't give a damn. This is why the man is the prize. And this is why women need to stop, get off their high horse and realize the man is the prize because you want a certain caliber of man. Most women want a certain caliber of man. But you're around these men, but for some reason, these men ain't checking for you. What is that telling you, baby? What you want gotta want you. And if he don't want you, then you won't get him. I don't care how highly you think of yourself. I don't care how many wigs, BBLs, what all this shit you get. I don't care. If he don't want you, you ain't getting him. Bottom line. And yeah, people say, well, she got to be able to pick him too. Well, yeah, but first, before you agree to it, he got to want you. If he don't want you, then ain't no agreeing upon shit. If he don't want you, if he don't make it known that, hey, I want to be in a relationship with you. Yeah, you could say no. But why would you say no if this is the type of guy that you want? See, women ain't going after the so-called broke men. They're going after the men that they want, but they keep running into these men. And these men, they're not even visible to these men. They're invisible to these types of men because these men don't see you. They don't see you. You don't automatically get their attention. And if that keep happening, guess what? You ain't going to never get the man that you want because he don't want you. So the ball is not in your court, ladies. It's in the man. It's in their court. They gotta want you. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, none of that matters if he don't want you. I don't care if you think your money matters, if you care if your BBL matters, if you think your wig matters, your makeup, how you present your. If that man look over and be like, nah, that ain't my time, I don't want you, then you don't get him. Then you don't get him. And this is what they're saying. Oh, I work around these men all the time. And they're not even checking. They never said 5 years I've been around these men, 10 years. And then all of a sudden, I don't want to date my coworker. No, he don't want to date you. Be real. Be real. Y'all got to stop being delusional and be realistic. I don't think it's good to be delusional. You got to be realistic. You got to stop being delusional because it's not helping you. It's not helping you. It's caused you to become more and more bitter, more and more schizophrenic, more and more bitter. Thank you, B. Tisdale, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. It's just crazy. It's crazy, y'all. But these women will swear they're the prize, and all these prizes going to be left out on the streets. All these prizes going to be on the street, walking around wondering where's my man? Where's my person? All these prizes are out here by themselves, single and complaining. If you were such a prize, why haven't they, snatched you up? Because you a prize to you, but you're not a prize to the men that you say you want. What you want, gotta want you. Period. Pharaoh says, F-tardism is too high now. Stats too high. Thank you once again, Pharaoh. I appreciate you for the super chat. Pharaoh also says, cuckoo for crack snuff. Oh my God. Shout it is cuckoo. I will say that, Pharaoh. Thank you once again, Pharaoh. I appreciate you for the super chats. It's just I don't know when they're gonna get it. It's gonna be too far gone for them to actually get it and make a difference. I'm just saying. By that time, men are going to be figured out where they can go get suitable wives and be marrying other women and creating those families. And these women are going to be left to their own devices, wondering what the hell happened. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
waste your life? You want to waste your whole entire life because you desire a man who's never gonna be your man? That's what you want to do with your life?
If I can't get Chris Brown, I'm not getting out of this bed. What I'm saying is, I'm not the type of person that chase after a man. I'm not a person who think that I can get Chris Brown. I'm on Kendra G and telling you that's the man I decide for myself. That was your question. You said what I want. I told you I wanted Chris Brown. You could proceed with whatever questions you have.
Well, there's no more questions. I mean, the only man you want is Chris Brown, so I guess we're finished.
Okay, so the only man I want is Chris Brown, right? But you're asking me, do I want to waste my life on a desire for a man that I may not get?
No. You're not gonna get. It's not a man.
Oh, you saying I'm
I
not
mean, listen. This is what
gonna
I
get
will
Chris Brown?
say. Maybe. I mean, listen. A meet and greet. Listen, I think if you worked hard, there could be a potential of an opportunity of a meet and greet because Chris Brown does meet and greets. But Chris Brown becoming your boyfriend absolutely will not happen in this lifetime.
Exactly.
It won't happen absolutely in his lifetime.
Ma'am.
Absolutely.
Right.
I would bet
Absolutely
my
not.
life on that.
You would
And
bet
I'm
your
just
life on him.
Yeah.
Okay, if Chris Brown cannot be the man I pick cannot be the man I desire, and I desire a relationship, and will I waste my time chasing Chris Brown? No, but I would like Chris Brown to tell me he can't be my boyfriend. I don't want to hear it for Kendra G. And and I might not get a meet and greet from Chris Brown if he doesn't tell me, Chris Brown won't tell me that he can't be my boyfriend and have a relationship with me and give me a rejection. This is not a world that I really desire. But if I had to make a desire over Chris Brown, I would say, then Donald Trump, you need to fix the healthcare system. Because if you do that, that will make me a very happy person. That's what I feel. And I'm like, and I'm like, okay, that's great. The healthcare system fixed. Because I spent 6 years in a situation where the healthcare system is bad. And I'm at my last straw. And my last straw is to come on, embarrass myself and get whatever comments or whatever on Kendra G and tell Chris Brown, you are the only person in this world right now that I'm interested in.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Hell. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. No, ma'am.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
hell no. Oh, hell. Now, see, now it's solidified. This is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Oh, straight up. Straight up. I don't give a damn. This is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Child. And you would be surprised how many cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs are out there. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. But this is very, very cuckoo. Straight up. Straight up. Baby Funk 1975 says, Kendra, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? What? What did they say? Thank you for the super chat, child. Baby Funk 1975, I appreciate you, child. Lord have mercy. My 2 cents. What's going on, my 2 cents? How are you? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, you mean to tell me that if a man was really willing to be with her, help her out and everything, but that man would have to defeat her mental expectations or fantasies of Chris Brown. Wow. Wow. Right. Wow. Be her caretaker and all of this shit. And while she's fantasizing about Chris Brown, because she won't accept the fact that Chris Brown won't be a man unless he tell her to her face that she can't be her man, that he can't be her man. So if you can't get Chris Brown in front of you, how is he going to be a man? You yourself can't literally get Chris Brown to talk to you. So how you going to get him to tell you? So you're going to be in a perpetual state of delusion, right? To the end, because you ain't gonna never be in his presence to ask him the question. So you're gonna just be believing that he's your man for the rest of your life. That is a problem, baby. And she is serious about it. You cannot make it up. You cannot make it up. It's mind-boggling once again, y'all. Mind-boggling. Thank you, my 2 cents. I appreciate you, child. I don't know what else to say. You know what I'm saying? Scorpion Chris, thank you for the super chat. Says cocaine's a hell of a drug. It sure is. Whatever else medication she's taking, I'm just saying, Lord. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat once again. Lord have mercy. let's continue though, so we can wrap this up.
It's
Okay,
definitely.
Christy. Okay, Christy. I heard you respectfully. I wish you well in your lifetime. Okay,
I
honey. I
wish you
wish you the
well
best.
too.
Love you, girl.
All right, bye, baby.
Oh,
Keep doing you.
Kendra, you
Thank
got
you.
to get her off there. Kendra, you got to get her off there. That's a lot, huh, Kendra?
Um,
That was a lot. That was a lot, ma'am. I will say, I don't know how you do it, Kendra. I'm
God bless her soul. God
bless
bless her
your soul,
soul.
honey.
God bless her soul. What I will say is this: I think Christy is an extreme case, but she's not a far-fetched case. And I think the overall far-fetched case is you can desire this. And this is not a woman statement. This goes to anybody's statement because I know all we do is focus on the woman in my show. You can desire whatever the hell you want, but if they don't want you back, you're just wasting your time.
Damn.
And you have to ask yourself: do you want to waste your lifetime desiring a person who may not want you? It's your life, so you can make that decision. And that's why I don't try to get too invested.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, child, you got to live your life.
Exactly.
Right. And you know yourself. And regardless to what Kendra G says, what my comment section says, what your mama says, whatever action you make, you gotta deal with the consequence. The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now.
Kendra was 100% correct. You know what I'm saying? I said, what you want, gotta want you. You could desire, you could believe, you could feel, you could think that you deserve everything in 10 bags of chips and more. But if what you think and feel and believe that you might want don't want you, it's a waste of your goddamn time. Come on now. Come on now. Latrell, thank you for the super chat. Says she's cooked. Let the Lord be with her. Let the Lord be with her. Amen. Latrell, thank you for the super chat, baby. Baby, it's just a hot stinking mess. This I didn't even watch the entire video because I just wanted to see what was gonna transpire. And this is just a delusional hot ass mess for real. And you, once again, y'all would be surprised by how many delusional women are out there who think like this, and they really believe this manifestation stuff has come up, and they really think they can manifest, believe, and be as delusional as you want. Videos of women telling other women, be delusional, be delusional. Well, I mean, do you want to be delusional to the point where you look like you a crazy person? Really? That's how you want to present yourself out here in these streets? As a crazy, they ain't gonna help you get a man. Shit, that's not gonna help you get a man. You think you're gonna get a man presenting yourself as a crazy delusional lunatic? That's gonna give you better chance of getting a man out here. Come on now, that's you just making it worse for yourself. Dragonfly, thank you for the super chat. Says Kendra has no shame. Listen now, Dragonfly. Now listen, does Kendra have no shame, or is all the blame on Kendra? And I'm asking, or should the blame be on the people who decide to go on the show? I said this about the people going on Kevin Samuel's show. You decide to go on the show. You don't have to click that button and go on that show at all. You can keep your business to yourself. So there's, hey, just because somebody put something out there, do you have to respond? No. It's up to you to decide whether you want to make yourself crazy to the public. You get what I'm saying? So does part of the blame go on the person too for deciding to go out here and going and putting yourself on display? Because nobody forced you to do. You make the decision to go on that show and present your business out there. So you have the burden of the blame because it's your life. Nobody would know anything about your situation if you didn't go on these shows and put it out there. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that person has a lot to be. You got to blame the person too, because girl, like she made herself look crazy. You know what I mean? But thank you, Dragonfly. I appreciate you for the support. I appreciate the super chat, baby. This is just delusional behavior, and I say it all the time. It is real. A lot of the women out there are very delusional. They don't want to be realistic or anything. They really believe what they're saying, even though the outcome does not give them what they say they want. You know what I'm saying? The outcome is not giving them what they want, but they still move in the way they feel and believe that they should, hoping and praying that they can manifest the right man and the right man, remember, the right man is a man who's 6 feet tall. He makes 6 figures or 7 figures. And he's going to give it all to her, who's going to pay all the bills. Don't care what she got going on. Don't care nothing about who she is as a person. She can have kids. Baby daddy's up to her eyeballs. He's not going to care about that. He's supposed to just want her on just because on GP. He's just supposed to want her if she cute enough. Oh, well, he's just supposed to take her on her word and just say, oh, come on to my mansion, and I'm going to give you this lifestyle that you've never dreamt of. You've never been able to provide for yourself. I'm just going to take you on, give you the world. It don't matter about your behavior, who you are. You don't have to do shit for me. You just come on in and be cute, and I'm going to make you look cute 24/7, and you can go and work if you want. You can take all the girls trips you want. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to be a super goddamn simp, and I'm just pay for it all, and I'm going to just give you the world because that's what I'm supposed to do as a man, give you the world, and I don't expect nothing in return. You ain't got to cook. You ain't got to clean. I ain't got to have kids with you. I'm just going to take care of yours. Yes, sir. I'm going to do all this for you, and you just be pretty and go on trips. Don't spend no time with me because I'm going to be working my ass off to pay for all this stuff that you want, and I got to maintain it because this is what a man is supposed to do. Maintain the woman and make sure her lifestyle is on point. Oh, yes, sir. I'm going to be the best super simp man I could ever be to this beautiful young thing right here. Oh, yes, sir. I got it, man. It's you niggas are thirsty and y'all jealous because I'm paying for her and her kids, and I'm going to do all this for her. You niggas are jealous because you ain't got a bad beat like I got. She don't do shit for me. She don't do shit for me, but I'm going to pay for everything. You motherfuckers are mad and jealous. I'm going to pay for her. Oh, yeah, she ain't got to worry about a thing. She's sitting pretty. I'm at home. I'm going to work. I come home. Ain't no food. I got to pay. I got to order out. I got to get somebody to clean the house. I need a maid. I need a nanny to take care of her badass kids. I got to pay all the bills. I'm stressed out because work is kicking my ass, but I'm going to keep doing it because if I don't, she going to leave me. So I better make sure I'm standing on business, man. She ain't never home. She barely give me any. But she look good. I got to make sure them nails done every 2 weeks. I got to make sure them wigs are on point. I got to make sure she got all the latest outfits, the latest clothes, the latest shoes, the latest purses. I got to get that BBL, and it got to be right and tight because I love watching her BBL when she walked past me. She ain't gave me none in 2 months though, but she sure do look good. Ooh, baby, y'all mad I got me a bad B. We go out, we look good together, but I got to pay for everything. These bills are kicking my ass, but I can't let her know that because she's going to leave me. You know what I'm saying? She's going to leave me if I let her know I'm struggling financially, but I got to keep this lifestyle up because if I don't, my ass is grass. So I got to make sure she's on point. Ooh. She never here. I'm tired of paying for the maid. I'm tired of paying for the cook. I'm tired of paying for this is extra spend. She don't do shit, but she looks good. I'm horny than a mother. But guess what? This is what a man is supposed to do. This is what they want, baby. This is what they want. They want a real stupid ninja to think like that, to sit there and do all that. She's on them girls' trips getting pounded, worn the hell out by men and women. And you sitting over here struggling and stressed out, paying all the bills, keeping up a lifestyle for a woman that don't even give a shit about you. This is what they want. This is when they say the world, this is what they want from a man. You only are as good as how much money you can spend on her. And that's for real. That's 100. You are only as good as how much you can spend on her. Baby, these women out here, they don't be giving a damn about you. You can't keep that lifestyle up. You can't pay for them. Baby, they could care less what about you. They ain't trying to do. That's why these men be really like struggling and stressed because they trying to focus on paying all these bills and keeping this lifestyle up for this woman that ain't trying to do shit for them. She gonna go out, do what she want to do, and she better have that black card. She got that card. So she doing what she want, and she racking them goddamn bills up and don't give a damn how you gonna pay for it. You just better do it. And she ain't even worth it. She ain't worth it. But this is what's expected of men, especially in 2025. This is the ideal relationship for these modern women. This is ideal for these types of women. This is what they want from a man. They don't want real. Long are the days for majority of these women where they want real companionship and real love and real relationships with the man. They don't want that. They want a goddamn lifestyle. You know, I was watching Anton video, which I'm going to react to it. This video of this, what he said on it, it became an issue because the woman's husband spoke out and said something, but he was part of what he was saying was the truth. A lot of these, he said all women because women want a lifestyle, and he said that all women could be bought, and that offended some of these women because he said all women could be bought. Now, I don't believe all women could be bought, but I think a big number of them can. I do, especially when you want a certain lifestyle. It would take a woman who can't be bought to not give a damn about the lifestyle. And that's not a whole lot of women. And you don't know what you want until you've been exposed to it. But if you really truly don't care about that, having all that lifestyle and all that BS, then that's where I think certain women cannot be bought. Because if you're comfortable with where you are in life and you are aware of that lifestyle and you don't want it, then that woman would turn that down. She'd be like, oh hell no, I know what that's about. I don't want it. But there are a lot of women who secretly crave that lifestyle. They secretly want to be in them positions with these men who are no good. But because it yields a certain look, they like it. You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of women who will be willing to be bought for that look of it because they secretly crave it and want it. So I didn't see anything wrong with what he was saying because a lot of women want that. That's all they talk about, a lifestyle, knowing that lifestyle don't mean jack shit. You just look cute. It's meaningless. It's just a superficial thing. It's just for the gram and for, society to look at you and be like, oh my God, you're doing so great and you look so great and they got money. And that don't really mean shit. Behind closed doors, they're miserable, insufferable, still complaining. So I happen to understand how that works. And I don't give a damn about it. That's the difference. I don't give a damn about a lifestyle because I know it's superficial. I know even some of these supposedly rich celebrities, I know that they're struggling behind closed doors. I know that they didn't really got it like that, a lot of them. And they're struggling to make it look good. I understand that it's a superficial thing, that it's a surface level thing, and it's not really what these women think. And this is why some of them, they get involved with some of these men who's supposed to have so much money. And then they realize, damn, he really is bankrupt. He really got issues. He's struggling. He into debt up to his head. He can't really afford this lifestyle. It's just for look. And then you get in there thinking that he can just spend money just at will, and he really can't. And then that's when they walk away because they realize, oh shit, you want a man who have endless amounts of money who's just gonna spend it on you, and he don't care about losing it all or whatever, and you just want to take advantage of that. So I understand what it really is, and I think women need to understand what it really is, and maybe that'll change their perspective a little, and maybe they'll realize that this is not what you think it is. It's all a facade, and then maybe they'll become more realistic. I don't know if that will make it happen. I don't know, but yeah. Most women who think lifestyle and think these men can provide it for them 100% of the time, they can be bought. I think it's true. Scorpion Chris says she must have a fine ass wheelchair. Well, there's no such thing as a fine ass wheelchair. Oh my God. Thank you for the super chat. Shit. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Y'all a trip. Damn. Oh Lord, y'all a trip. Oh Lord, oh my God, baby. Listen, I just think women need to get it together. Y'all need to get it together, baby. It ain't about all that. That lifestyle is a big facade, honey. And you can't provide that 100% of the time for yourself. And they can't either. It's not about that. Y'all better stop taking these little clips and snippets of stuff on social media thinking that this is a 24-hour thing that these men got money to just blow. No, they don't. They be in debt. They be struggling. It's just their struggle don't look like your struggle. That's it. But y'all gotta learn better to be the most educated, even though we know that's not the case, but they claim it. Y'all gotta be a little quicker than that. I'm just saying, you gotta be a little quicker than that. I'm just saying. Classic perspective. Thank you for the super chat. Says I saw that live. Anton was right. The right man come around, they'll bust it down for a real woman. The Russell Wilsons and Alex Fiennes of the world are fools. Yeah, I do think because these women, I agree, classic perspective. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, a lot of these women, they really want that lifestyle. And a lot of them will leave the men that they're with in search of that lifestyle. If a Chris Brown or whoever comes along and say, oh, come with me, they'll leave their man standing right there. Knowing that life of Chris Brown, that's temporary, baby. You just won that he want to test drive. And we done with you. You back to the goddamn streets. These men aren't trying to be committed to no one woman. They don't have to. They can have the pick of the litter. They can have any woman that they want to. So why would you be any special? Would you be special to him? He can have any woman that he wants to. Look at, you got a disabled woman who can't even sit up and saying she want Chris Brown. Think about that. So every woman, no matter where you are in life, what's going on with you, you want a celebrity. Thank you, Classic Perspective. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. You got women who are disabled out here looking for a Chris Brown. So every woman from any background, any walk of life, any whatever, want these men. And she willing to risk and waste her whole life sitting here thinking that she could have this man. Well, this man don't want her. We know that. He don't know her. He ain't checking for no disabled woman who can't sit up. She's not even his type at all. But I'm saying this is the delusional aspect of a lot of these women. Just like this other woman was talking about, she wanted Future. Y'all don't know these men. But you up here thinking that it's possible to get these men for a lifestyle, think they're gonna want you, and they don't. And you get around the right one, he see, if he could see you, he might be like, oh shit, I'll see what she working with, tap her, bang you up, and throw you back out to the streets, and then what? How you gonna feel about that? You might even say, shit, she might have some good coochie under that in that wheelchair. So let me see. Someone might be like, fuck, hell, let me see. Let me see what she got. She want me. All right, come on, let's go. Move that wheelchair out the way. Raise up your dress. Come on, let's see. But he don't want you. He'll do that and be like, all right, I peace. You know, you gonna leave you sitting right there in that wheelchair. They don't want you for real. I'm just saying, like, but I'm just like, come on, like, this is crazy. Who there's no guidance with our women, no matter how old you are, how young you are, they all think the same. They all think the same. They all think the same. And nobody is telling them the truth. Nobody is telling them the truth. Now, everybody just like, oh, well, yeah, you can manifest this. Why not? What's wrong with, don't try to steal her thunder or take her dream away. Why is that your thunder in your dream? Why is that your dream? Why is that your dream to put your life on hold to get a man that will never see you as anything? Why is that your goal in life? And then it's the women who are in the most precarious situations that come out here and saying, just like Maggie. Y'all remember Maggie? Said she wanted who she wanted? Who Maggie wanted? Maggie wanted did she want Chris Brown? Maggie wanted somebody. I think she wanted, did Maggie want Maggie had an issue too. Maggie wanted somebody, I forget who she wanted. But it's like, wow. It's just crazy, y'all. It really is. It's insanity. It's just insanity. I'm telling you. We got a little bit more time, y'all. I posted the link if you want to join the live stream and give your thoughts on these topics. I'll give y'all a little bit of time to do it. Then we're gonna be out of here. I don't want this live stream to go too far over 2 hours. So I'll give a little bit more time if y'all want to join the if you want to give your thoughts on these topics. You can hit the link. Make sure your audio is good though. Make sure and be ready to cam up as well. If you want to give your 2 cents. If not, we're going to wrap this up. But baby, listen, y'all make sure y'all chime in the comments. Make sure you give your thoughts on this, y'all. And also hit the like button. Continue to hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Great win. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for the super chat. Says, why do women get angry when men say we prefer natural women? No big weaves, lace fronts, fake lashes, pounds of makeup, basement BBL, heels, etc. Because they don't want to change, Great win. Simple. They don't want to change. They think that makes them a bad bee. So they don't want to forego the things that makes them feel secure with themselves. It's about a security thing. We have a bunch of the most insecure women ever. And they're masquerading around with these things on, perpetrating the idea of they are secure and that they're confident when they're really not. They're really not. You know, And I say this all the time. Listen, I wear weaves, extensions, wigs. I wear it all, but I don't wear it all the time. I wear my natural hair. I wear no makeup. In my real time, I don't wear all of that all the time. Like I could take it off and I still feel the same. I don't feel like I need it. It's just it's something I like to do because I've been changed. I like to change my look. And it's not a justification for it, but I wear my natural hair out. I wear different styles because I like to change my look, but I don't need it. I don't feel I need it. I don't wear makeup 24/7. I don't wear extensions 24/7. I change this stuff up so fast because I'm more comfortable with my own hair in most cases. But if I'm going to an event, my birthday is coming up, I chose this style because I don't want to have to deal with my hair because I'm celebrating my birthday. It's different reasons, but I still think that as a whole and as in society and as a culture, I think a lot of our women are controlled by these things and they feel they need it. They need the wig, they need it. And they don't feel secure and pretty without it. If you look at a lot of the women who wear this stuff, they only become these bad bees when they're able to slap that wig on and the makeup and they get their makeup right or get it done, or when they get a BBL, or when they get get their teeth done, when they get this certain aesthetic, then you see them online with the filter saying, I know my worth and I know who I am. But before all of that, you don't see women with their natural hair on, with none of all of that aesthetic. They're just natural teeth, their natural face, saying that they believe that they're worth so much and that they're that you don't see them claiming that. They have to go through this this whole makeover to start to feel confident. And so when men are saying, it's like a slap in the face to them, because when men are saying, hey, we don't really care for all of this, we like natural women, they get offended by it because they don't even like themselves without all of it. They don't even feel confident within themselves without any of it. Like if you tell women, hey, take off the makeup, take the hair out, let me see your natural face. Oh my God, they get offended because they don't like seeing themselves like that. They don't like themselves. And it is a major insecurity. And somebody used to post all the time, hey, fake hair and wigs and all that makeup is an insecurity. It is. It is. For a lot of these women, it is. Because when you get to a point, once again, where you can't go without it, it's a big problem because you don't like how you look. And that's something that a lot of our women need to work on, because it shouldn't be to me, in my own personal opinion, I think I don't see anything wrong with changing your hair, wear makeup. I do it all the time. But I think when it's something that you have to depend on and you don't feel that you're pretty without it and you don't feel like you can go without it, where these wigs are glued on for life and you never take it off, you never show your natural state, I think that's when the problem comes in. I think the problem, because I mean, we look at celebrities, we look at all kinds of people who change their look up, they add a little hair in. A lot of women, and there are reasons for some women wearing hair and makeup. Some women have skin abrasions or they've been burned or whatever and they covering it up. Some women are thinning hair. I have thinning hair. My hair is thinning as I get older. So, and they might be trying to cover that or whatever, but at some point you still take that stuff off, especially when you're in your comfortable environment. You don't just wear that stuff till the cows come home. You got to let your scalp breathe. You got to let your face breathe. You got to take that shit off at some point. You know what I'm saying? And I just think when it becomes your costume and you can't take it off, it's a problem. It's a problem. That's just how I see it. That's how I see it. And I think a lot of men are saying, it's okay from time to time. We don't have a problem with it like that. But damn, when you just depend on it all the time and you don't ever want to take it off, or you feel ugly without it, then you got an insecure. You got a problem. So that's all I'm saying. Thank you, Great Win. I appreciate you for the super chat. Long time no see. What's going on? How you been?
I'm all right. How's it going, D?
Good. Okay, what's your thoughts on all of this?
Well, I think the woman actually, to be honest with you, I think they need to reopen a lot of mental institutions, in my opinion, because it's one thing we all have had or has desires for somebody that is a celebrity, but deep down inside, we know for a fact that we're never going to get that person. And from a person that lives in Los Angeles, that see all these people all the time, I try to explain to people that these people are not in the best mental status. Just because you see them on TV smiling and doing what they know how to do, they're not in the best mental state. That's why you have situations like you see right now, what's going on with not to go too deep off in that, the Diddy and Cassie situation.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm just going to be honest. Most of the women, most, not all, but the majority of those women that go on Kendra G show have a lot of mental problems.
They do.
And you got to take in consideration also, a lot of those women don't have father figures around them. They could know their father, but they're not around them, or they're not in their life. So how do you take a woman like that to become to be a wife to that woman? She doesn't have an idea. And on top of that, this whole ordeal of, oh, I want a man that fears God and have 800,000. It's a bunch of bull crap. I can be broke on the street, but if I'm attracted enough, she's going to take me off the street.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Hey,
all a joke.
Mr. Classic perspective, have you ever thought that some of them are from like fathers who are like drug dealers and like criminals, and
Yes,
they are
absolutely.
praying with their children being broken? Have you ever
Absolutely.
thought about that though? Because
Absolutely.
like, you cannot assume that all women are like same and moral, because
I
you have to
didn't
break
say
it down to
all.
like children, no, but children who are actually like religious versus atheist children. Because there's a big fact that like people who are like religious and they actually have like a family structure are not criminals. They actually have a better life than people who are criminals and atheists. So you have to account that though, because you cannot blame all women, because all women are not evil, but the way how they are treated, they take advantage of men. So I
Oh,
want you to understand this, because you have to have the perspective of religious versus non-religious.
well, I'm speaking from a general perspective. It's like saying, like, I work in the hospital. We know AIDS is a problem, but everyone doesn't have AIDS. But it's something you got to speak up in order to find a cure for it. That's all I'm saying from a point
Yeah,
of that. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that though, because religious people, they're less likely to have AIDS. People who are like hate God and like homosexuals and like promiscuous, they're far from religious. They pretend to be religious, and they have the highest AIDS rates. So
Facts.
I
It's
mean,
facts. And
yeah.
also, I can tell you all. I can tell you the truth. Even living in, I've lived in upper class neighborhoods. I don't anymore. Those people have two parent homes, and they're just as psychologically damaged as well. No, they do exist. I do agree.
Well, that is true, because the society that we raised in is really not the beneficial thing that we have to live in. Because I'm terrified, because I want to have kids, but if I have a daughter, I was like, I have to buy a gun, and anyone try to touch my daughter, like if it's a dude, like I have a son, it's like whatever, you get sent to the grinder.
No,
But
and
it's
I
like the
and I understand.
society
Okay.
is so horrible that we could barely even raise proper daughters, and then just like damn, and it's like our daughters become like on a pole, sliding upside down, and just like, damn, my daughter's a hoe. And then it's like, what you can do, you can tell her like go to church. It's like, I'm not going to church. I'm sliding on the outside of this pole and get some money from this rich man. It's like, what you gonna do?
No, I agree with you 1,000%. I can tell you also, and God bless your daughter moving forward. I hope nothing but the best for you and her. But at the
Oh no,
same
no, no,
time,
no, oh no. I said I didn't have a kid. But my
oh,
friend is having a daughter though. But all my friends have daughters. But I might have a kid. I'm not too sure, because this woman never went to let me know if I had a kid or not. So I might have like two kids.
like I said, nevertheless, blessings. And to think about it, I actually kind of feel bad for the sons in this world today, because the way the court systems are going against them. I had this conversation with a male colleague with me at work today. We were talking. He's from Jamaica. Jamaica has the largest paternity frauds in all of the countries around the world. They call them jackets, because I was talking to him about that. I said, have you noticed that the court system, when we hear cases like Tory Lanez, the lies that come out of today's women's mouth, I'm like, nowadays, like you have this thing where if you fly a woman out to come and see you, it is now considered as trafficking. Now, the new thing
Mm.
I was telling my friend, now, no, it's true. It is true. I looked it up. And also I was telling my coworker, I said, I think it's going to get worse, because something consensual nowadays is going to grow into R word, and you're
Right.
not going to be able to prove it. I feel bad for these young men today. Not saying I don't feel bad for the women, but these young
Well,
men are
you have
going
a
to
point.
catch.
You have a point though, because when women travel overseas, they're just like you're in a different country, so they have to go over the country and just like I don't know where it happened to her, and just like a whole complete different laws, and just like they would know where she is probably, and it's just like I don't know,
No, no, sir.
like
I'm
it's
talking
not
about
my
here.
problem.
I'm talking about here in America. If you do that here in America, you invite somebody to come out. And if y'all have something going that's consensual, she can backtrack and you can get in trouble for S trafficking.
Well, no, you see, the thing is, like, I would be terrified to have a daughter, but I love women, but I was just like, damn, I have a daughter, so I'm just like, buying a gun where I engrave her name on it. If anyone even do tries you, but just like you cannot like force her to stay inside, but you have to make sure that she's just okay and make sure that it's like you'll call me and don't fucking stay out too late. You have to actually like make it so where she don't fucking rebel on you too much, but you also don't make sure that she don't turn into a fucking scallywag. So it's
Granted,
like fucking. Hmm?
no, I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah.
No
So it's like
disagree.
a little yeah, so it's like fucking like it's just give me a son and it's like go outside and fucking fuck off. And my daughter was like, oh fuck no. It's like where's my daughter at? And I have to, you know what I
Right.
mean?
No,
Yeah.
I no understood completely.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Jesus Lord. Shoot, you don't want it to turn into a scallywag.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I don't know. I grew up, like I said, I don't know how old everyone is. I grew up in the '70s where I grew up watching black women that looked like the Foxy Browns, not necessarily, but they were afros, regular natural hair,
Right.
um, nice thin waist. That's what I grew up seeing. In today's world, I'm like, I ask black women all the time, how do you want your image to look? Because that statue in New York City, Times Square,
A
you have
mess.
people traveling from different countries and they're seeing this. And I'm like, are you really happy with this representation? Because me personally, as a man, I think it's bad, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think it's bad too. That is horrible. That is not the best representation of black women. But some women are embracing it,
Yeah.
saying that they, it's representation for us, and why y'all don't like it, and y'all just hate to see plus size women. Why? And being plus size is not a flex. That's the thing that we're saying. Why are you out here just eating everything you can eat? Don't care about your weight, your size, your health, and you want people to treat you like these queens that you believe you are, but you don't even treat your body and yourself like that. You don't even give the best to your own self. So why should anybody else treat you as such? So it's a problem. It's
Uh,
definitely a
and I
problem.
can tell you, let me tell you a story, and I can keep this specific away from what I've seen in the hospital. I can talk about my own brother. He went from 240 pounds being depressed because he had his ex-wife has kept his daughters away for 2 years.
That's
He
crazy.
got so depressed, he gained over 420 pounds and
Wow.
his liver burst.
Ooh, Lord.
Now he got a new liver, but you know what's so bad now? He can't get any blood to his toes. His toes are brittle. He can't
Mm,
get any circulation. Now, the
damn.
point of me saying that is not based off his depression, but based off the fact of gaining too much weight. You don't
Right.
know what it can do to certain organs and what it can do to your skeletal structure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pharaoh, what's your thoughts, Pharaoh?
Speaking of gaining too much weight, the deal is that like now I'm actually training and working out because recently I actually found me a new lady. I found me a new woman. But the deal is that I got the ratchets on my ass because she's a Latina.
Oh God.
Like, shoot, if I want spice on this taco, it's too damn bad. So the deal is that if I want, the deal is I want what I want on the menu. I'm gonna take what I want because I'm getting tired of like the deal is y'all ever see those Facebook posts where they say, "Oh, you black men like these Latino women," and I get tired of seeing that shit because like we've been liking Latino women ever since like the '70s.
Yeah,
They know that already.
but it's crazy because but at the same time with me with the travels I've been, I'm like, how do you what is your idea of a Latino woman? Because there are black Latinos or Afro Latinos.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. Thank you, brother. Because like they get offended like all because that we have choices and because we go against the grain of entitlement. We're not going to sit there and we're not going to sit there and worship their degenerate behavior and sit there and be their pets at the same time. I'm not going to be like a fan of that 304 movie
Mhm.
because I get tired of seeing my black brothers struggle all because of that. Because
When let me ask you a question. When you speak about Latino women, are you talking about like straight up from like Mexico Latino, like South American, or are you talking about like women who are like Puerto Ricans, like Italians?
like basically all of them because my uncle he guided me on Latino women from Cuba and also Guyana.
No, Guyana. First of all, my family's from Guyana, so that's false. Also,
They're
too,
not.
I seen a Italian girl punch this dude in the face. This Italian dude who was shorter than him, and draw blood. So like you're false, though. And also too, you have the whole mafioso. So like I don't know which Spanish people you're talking about. Are you talking about Spaniards, or are you talking about like um traditional south of the border?
South of the good grief. The
Mm.
deal is that the deal is with me is that I am the deal is that us brothers, we should not be able to be peer pressured and be forced into basically doing stuff that is that basically put in another era of slavery due to the fact that we are accused of falsification because they keep saying that we're falsely disrespecting these women when these women started this whole thing of basically these divestiture movements, these I don't need a man movements, all of this mess first that driven us away and that pissed us off first.
Okay,
So
well, you have to speak for yourself, though. Don't say us. Say you and your conglomerate of people who give up. I love black women. I will never lay
well,
with a Spanish
congratulations, bro,
woman.
because
Or
I'm not talking to
okay, thank
you,
you.
bro. Can you stop talking to me? Because the deal is I'm trying to talk to other people. I'm really getting tired of that. You interrupt people and you really try to
My
be
mama is
like
black. My mama's black, and she's not. My
congratulations. I
mama's
have a
black, and
black
she's
mother,
not
but she's
a
okay with
Mexican. So be
me
quiet.
choosing
So
who I
okay, I'll
want
let
to.
you talk.
Okay, congratulations. Now, the deal is, you know what, D, I'm gonna leave because I'm not gonna cause too much trouble up here.
Yeah, go leave and kiss your Mexican woman in
And
the face.
pull your head out your ass and just shut the fuck up.
Oh, typical Mexican rage.
Gentlemen, that is not the way to have the conversation. Of course, we're not talking about every single black woman. There's 26 million of them in America.
He
But
wasn't talking about any type of woman, but he made it specific. He's the one trying to slander black women. Not happening around me. My mama is black. My grandmama is black. All my women and my family is black.
mine are too, but I can say for a fact that they don't act like these women today. I know that for a fact.
Well, no, that is true because they're traditional women, and DeeDee is like a traditional woman.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
this is why we love her because I
What
consider DeeDee
really,
like my older sister. Just like goddamn, it's like she's my older sister is like 50 something,
yes.
and my other second older sister is like 40 something, and DeeDee just like she's definitely way younger, but it's just like goddamn, it's like just like my sister. You know what I
Well,
mean?
there's nothing wrong with that, but also Didi knows the wrong voices are speaking for black women. That's why
No, no,
she's
no, no, no. But I don't need someone who's like interested into non-black women to speak on behalf of black men or black women. Like you could literally freaking travel, fly on a plane, and never come back. Don't speak on behalf of my black people, my black men and black women. It's like how are you gonna speak on behalf of the black
I,
community when you diddle in someone who's not black?
well,
Whether it's
I can say you from the fact that I've dated outside my race. Now, I don't use that to go against black women, but I'm also a black man. Should we not criticize our own when we see things that are going
No, we absolutely have to though. But the thing is, I'm trying to say is like when you like if you like married, if you're like a black man, like you're a beautiful black man. DeeDee
wrong?
is a beautiful black woman. If you married a black man, if you like DeeDee is married to a black man, you could talk about the black community. If like I don't know, I don't want to get into your relationship and your status of like whatever you do. But if I'm a black man and I marry a white woman, I have no way to talk about the community when I'm sleeping with someone who's not black. That I lost all my privilege to talk about the black community when I'm sleeping with someone who's not black
Well,
or married to
I
someone
have
who's
to
not black.
ask you.
That's
I have
that
to ask
simple.
you a question. Who took that privilege away from you? Who has the power to do that?
My wife.
No, I'm talking about. You said the privilege is taken away from you if you were
Yeah,
married to
because
someone on
I'm a black person. I don't want to listen to what a white woman have to say. Like if I come over there, right? Say like if I'm a different person, right? And I say like I'm a different person, I don't want to listen to myself as a black man. Listen when he's married to a white woman talking about black people's issues. No, thank you.
Okay, but well, going back to Didi's topic because I don't want to get too far away. what we just saw, like she said about a lot of this woman on Kendra G's show, she's been trying to chase a celebrity for over a decade. And for somehow she still thinks in her mind she is going to be with Chris Brown.
Ironically, Chris Brown likes skinny white women though.
I mean, even with that being said, the fact of the matter is you have a woman that is wasting her life away thinking that she's going to get a man that she's never going to get. That was the topic, one of the topics.
Mhm.
Okay, so what I said is like she wishing on a dream. Like I don't want to bring it up because it's kind of horrible, but it's just like how cancer patients say, "I want to meet my celebrity," and just like, yeah, meet my celebrity. Like Rock the Wayne Johnson is like, oh, he gave me a gift. I was like, oh yeah, I'm so happy. But she want the whole wiener from him, and it's like Chris Brown was like, what? It's like, first of all, you like I can't even pick you up. One and two, you like you're fat and foul, and like I'm sorry, but it's like no. So like this is what you do with celebrities, though.
Well, and me,
Maybe
like I'm saying, for me, I live out here in Los Angeles, California. I know some people that have dated a few Lakers, a few Clippers, and a few celebrities. And what they'll never say is the fact of the matter is these men take them to hotels, and that's it. They
Mhm.
never driven their cars, they never been to their houses, and they'll tell you a whole story of how they were in a relationship with this individual. And it's like, no, I know the real truth. He took you to a hotel, he thought you was cute, he treated you like one of those sugar baby types, and that was the end of it.
well, I'm a
It
truck
really never.
driver though.
It
I've
really,
been a truck driver for over 10 years. So the only possible way I could see it happening is like if she give her like our whole life savings and all her money and give pay Chris Brown to come and pound her freaking cheeks.
and,
That's about it. That's the
and,
only way I possibly see it happening. The
and
real as minute because I'm like real talk.
it's not.
Hey,
But the thing
hey,
is what
DeeDee, can I chime in for a
oh,
second?
I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Hey,
Hold on.
no problem. Hey, DeeDee, thank you for having me here.
Right. Is it
And you,
Tila Moore? Is that your name?
yes, yes, Tila Moore.
Give me one
That's my real
second.
name.
Shout out to my 2 cents. Thank you for the super chat. He says, DeeDee, what's your secret to raising daughters? And the tips, look, teach them how to be ladies, respectable young ladies, how to respect others as much as you want to be respected. And they have a father who can teach them things as well. How to present yourself, how to treat people. Start there. That's the start. Have self-respect. Understand what it is to be in a relationship with a man. Learn how to respect the man just as much as you want him to respect you. Know what a man is looking for if you're out there looking for one. If you and they prioritize, they want marriage. They seen their parents married for their whole lives, so they automatically want to be married. It's not a question. Oh, when I want to be. No, they want marriage. My sons do too. And that's what they're going to pursue. So start with teaching your children how to be respectable young men and young ladies, not 304 is out here desperate to just throw your body on anybody. So that starts young, and it starts from when they're little. When they're young, you teach them these things. So when they grow up, it's automatic. It's automatic, in their minds. They
How you
understand that
doing?
what we should be doing. So that's how you start. Go ahead. Thank you, my 2 cents. Go ahead, Tila Moore.
Yes, respectfully, DeeDee, you know, the young man from Ghana, you said, we're from two different tribes.
Oh,
We're American.
I think you're talking about me. I was
Yes,
born and raised in
yeah,
the Caribbean. My ancestor, my
listen,
ancestor.
I'm talking. All right. We're from two different tribes. You have no clue what black men, especially foundational black men, are dealing with here in America. Now I understand that you have your point of view, but you don't know what the heck you're talking about. All you're doing is trying to mislead women to get them on your side. DeeDee is here to actually try to bring this together. Now you're trying to say what black men here should do for women, all this respect and respect and respect. But for some reason, you can't look at the other side and say, where is the respect from them? The respect comes from them first, because you know what keeps the 20% of the men from crashing out on 80% of the women? The 80% of the good men that they're not sleeping with, that they don't care about. And then to sit up here and listen to someone from the Caribbean try to come to America, and I don't really give a darn where you live, but to speak on what black men have to go through, and I'm almost 60. So I've seen this from the 60s. So coming here with that nonsense, and you expect that's why the other brother checked out because he was going to get a little bit upset. But I'm a bit stoic. I don't listen to you people. I don't. You want to be black now because of the way we're handling it in the United States. We're shutting you down. We're getting rid of you. We're getting you out of our country because the facts are the matter. You're making things worse. We're from two different tribes. I recognize that. And this is why we're telling you, don't come here with this nonsense because we're not having it anymore.
No, okay. So I've been in
It's
America.
our job. I'm still talking. It's our
Okay, well,
turn
hurry
to
up
take care of
then,
our
old
women.
cunt.
Well, see, you see how disrespectful you are? That's why we don't like you. I'm just going to say it straight up. We don't like you. You're
The
not
feeling is
welcome.
mutual.
You're not welcome here. No, son, I'm a combat
I've
veteran
been in
U.S.
here since
Marine.
2000 and,
Did you serve
2020.
America? Did
Yes,
you
I
serve
served in the
America?
U.S. I served in the U.S. military. Stupid. I
What
came here in
what
2007.
branch of service?
Dummy.
What branch of service?
Army,
What branch
army.
of
Be quiet.
service?
Be quiet. Be quiet.
What
Wait.
branch of service?
Listen, we got to keep it respectful, y'all. I'm
Gentlemen,
not going down this this road.
Yeah. To say stupid.
Yeah,
I didn't call him out his name.
yeah.
I
I'm
didn't call him out his name.
No, but you're assuming about me, so I call you
No,
stupid
no, no,
because you
no,
don't
no,
know. You
no,
could have
no.
asked me. You could have asked
Assuming
me.
make a donkey out of you, not
No,
out
no.
of
Okay.
me.
hold on. If
So,
we
so
can't keep it respectful, I'm just gonna stall
okay.
the.
Sorry. I apologize for calling you a cunt. Okay. But you could ask me if I serve in the military. I've been here since 2007. I serve in the military. I'm a truck driver. 10 years truck driver. I've done more in America than you actually will ever do in your life. I've helped more homeless people that you ever do in your life. What have you done
Really,
in America?
really, really. You think so? You
gentlemen,
gonna
we have
assume
to
that?
keep
No,
it
no.
on the
No,
topic. We
no.
have to keep it on
We
the
could
No,
do
no,
it
topic.
no,
like
no, no,
gentlemen.
no.
We
Okay,
could do it
okay.
like
I'll give
gentlemen.
you. All right, all
We
right.
could do
I'll
it like
give
gentlemen.
you.
What have you done? What have you
I'll
done
give
since
you.
2007 till now? What have you done for Black people in
I was
America or
I
America
was
in general?
born I was born and raised in America. I raised two sons. I homeschooled them. My background is electrical and electronics. I did that in the military.
What
I'm
have
not
you
one of
done
these
for
saps.
America?
I'm not one of these saps. What have I
What have
done
you
for
done for
America?
America?
I
Yes.
became a citizen by birth. That's what I did for my
So
country.
your only thing that you did was being
My
born. That's the only thing you
ancestors
done.
have
I've
been,
helped homeless
my
people. I've helped
ancestors
homeless people. I
shed
served in the
blood
military.
on this land. And you come here and try to take up our struggles, thinking that we're going to just slot you in, and that won't happen. I don't care if you're a truck driver.
I
I
never asked you to
train truck
claim me.
drivers.
I'm never
I
actually you to
don't
claim me.
care. We want
Okay,
you
well then,
gone.
what have you
Leave.
done for America though?
Leave.
Gentlemen,
What
we
Did
have
have
you
you
to,
done
not
for
hear I'm a
America?
U.S. Marine?
gentlemen, we are disrespecting DeeDee's chat.
and
This is
and
not
that's
the topic.
that's what I'm trying to tell him, to come in and question the black men here, trying to say we do not treat our women well, and not going to the other side and saying that there is a problem on both sides is disrespectful and disingenuous. If you can't see that, you cannot speak on the behalf of black men here in America.
I never
I will
said that.
say this.
Stop trying to
No, your
gaslight. I never said that.
actions, your actions. I'm far too intelligent to gaslight. DeeDee, I apologize. This is why the other young man got off of the call. We understand what you're doing. You're here in order
What am
to
I
put
doing then?
down black American men. You're being disingenuous on this young lady's show. And I told you, I'm
No,
nearly 60 years old. I've seen it. I've seen the feminism destroy families in the black neighborhoods. I've seen how they destroyed black men by taking them out of the houses. That's why they're ending all of this. EBT, they're ending Section 8. They're ending this to get these families back together. And for some reason, you cannot see that, or you are just pretending like you don't see it. And if you think the men out here listening to this show right now can't see right through you, then you're sadly mistaken.
no,
DeeDee,
that's
I
a
will
wild
bow
assumption.
out. I do respect your show. And this man right
Yeah,
here is the
leave,
cancer
leave,
that we're
leave,
having in
leave,
America.
leave. I've always said like I refuse to date white women or any women out my race because I believe in the dysphoria, and I will even willing to not have
There's
sex with
only
black women. I
one
will never willing to have
race.
sex with black
There's
American
only
women
one
because
race on this planet.
they were
It's called the
reparations. So
human race. It's called the human race.
well, they
There's
go
only
bang a
one
white
race on this
women.
planet. Respect all women.
You're
Don't
a
come here and
schizo.
disrespect.
You're a schizo. Go bang a
You're
white woman then.
disrespecting all the women. I've traveled to over 9 different countries. I
No
just
one
came back
cares.
from
No one
Eastern Europe.
cares about your EBT money traveling countries.
No, son, I live in a home that I own. I'm working in my yard trying to actually listen to DeeDee's
And the
show,
white
and
man
I
will never
hear
respect
and
you.
I
So what's
hear
your
a
point, though?
tether. I don't need respect.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I'm so apologies.
My apologies. Like I said, and I'm being very sincere to you guys. This right here is the reason why we're having trouble in America. We have people that don't really respect our country, and all they want to do is talk down on the black men here who are actually successful and working very hard and respect our women. I listened to you, DeeDee. I never would have chimed in to put my 2 cents in, and I congratulate you on your success.
Thank you.
And you're doing very well. It's hard to listen to you sometimes because you do hit me sometimes below the belt, and I have to get up and and you know and I'm an older man, but I can take responsibility and accountability when you know you hit hard sometimes,
I do.
and but oh
DeeDee,
yeah,
you are becoming a little bit more. I'm not saying I have a problem with it, but I'm starting to see a change in you. You starting
Really?
to hit hard,
oh
like
yeah.
it's starting to creep on you, like you're coming out with it, like you read it. And I was like,
Oh my God.
okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
really,
within the respectful boundaries you are, but you can
right.
see it starting to like lash out, and I think it's coming from the fact that you're kind of like, hey, I got daughters and sons that I want to see in a great
Yeah.
position. And with this is being showed over YouTube or just out in the open, this is not good for us. I get why you're being that way. I
Yeah.
understand.
and I thank her for it because it has helped me honestly. And
And
you guys have a fantastic day.
You
Love
too.
you
hey,
guys.
you too,
Appreciate
sir.
you being here. I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from, but yeah,
Well,
it's
sometimes it takes an older man who's actually been through this to come in and shut these young guys down because they have no idea. And you'll never find me out in places that they hang out in. And sometimes it takes older men to come in and put them in their place because they have no clue the type of world we've lived in.
mhm.
And we don't want to have it anymore. We're done. It's over. It's 2025. I love saying that now. It's
Yeah.
2025 and we're done.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right. Have a beautiful day.
Before you go, I wanted to say this too. While what is that? Garudo Legends, shout out to him. He's the one who was up here. He's been following the channel and supports the channel. I appreciate that. But at the same time, I don't agree with everything that he was saying. And it was very disrespectful, in my opinion. And to come from a different world to try to come over and tell us what we're doing when you haven't really had that full experience, I do think that that comes off as disrespectful. I do.
It does.
It
It does.
and you know what? Without saying, we all know the ones who watch your show. We all know it without you even saying it.
Yeah, and I mean, we've experienced a certain set of things that only we can relate to, and I think it's kind of disingenuous when people come outside of that and try to, say things that they haven't really experienced and having a bigger opinion on it versus what we've experienced. So I do get that, and I do get where you were coming from. I just wanted to let you know that.
And I do too. I
Ye-
just wanted to
Yeah,
maintain frame because I was on DD's
yeah,
platform. I didn't want to, because
Oh,
I've heard this before too, and it would take me there. But I was like, let me keep it professional and good for DeeDee, because I'm like, I know she didn't want to hear all that, because I kept
yeah.
telling them,
I was just
let's
like,
just keep it on the topic.
yeah, I
yeah,
tried.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's. I just came in just to shut the door on these tethers. That's all I did.
Hey,
You
Thank
know, I
you.
just because I like it being calm. I'm working in my yard and I like hearing good conversation. I don't watch, but I was done with him.
got you.
Done. And
Well,
you
hey,
listen,
guys have
D.
a blessed day.
you too.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me on. Bye now.
You're welcome. No problem. Pharaoh, you want to say anything else? XYZ, thank
Oh,
you for the super chat. Says DeeDee, God bless you. Thank you, XYZ. Same to you. Yeah, I try to
I
give everybody. Hold on, Farrah, 1 second. I try to give people a place to speak their mind, but I don't want the chaos like we had before. The disrespect. I ain't got time for that because I just boot people off. Y'all know how I do. I don't have time for that. Just give your thoughts on the topic, and that's it. I'm not trying to go off for all that other stuff. I ain't got time for that. Go ahead, Farrell.
I apologize for like going off, but it's like it's just people nowadays. It seems that they have the right to attack because they picture you as less than, and they picture you this, and I'm really getting tired of that. I really am. And brother up in the corner, I appreciate you for having my back and understanding. I really do.
No problem. I mean, DeeDee knows when I send her a super chat, I'll be talking more noise than I do on my super chats than I do on her what's name.
For sure.
But
For
no
sure.
problem.
Yeah, because the thing is that he wants to label me as like a race traitor, but he really don't know that I'm a member of the nation. So the deal is
Okay.
that I'm willing to date any woman that has melanin. So it's like ignorance is too much nowadays. I'm getting tired of it. And
Hey, I agree
You have
with
to
you.
justify that. It's your choice to choose what you want to do. I don't care what you. That's your business at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Listen, I talk about the nature of these black women all day because I grew up around it. I've seen it my whole life. I know exactly where it comes from, what it stems from, what I see it. I've seen it on a daily basis. So
We've had people in our families like that, older
exactly.
people.
Oh, for sure. In my yes. So I grew up with it. So we know firsthand what it's like and how this all transpired. We know we've lived it. So I just think that you know, if you choose to go outside of that because of your experience, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. Your choice.
I wish I. Oh,
Choice.
sorry about that, D. Oh,
That's
sorry
okay.
about that, D. I just wanted to say I wanted to thank that elderly brother for helping me out too. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was a good brother. So
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Well, it was like I was saying. This is why a lot of people don't. A lot of people may not know. A lot of people probably do know. The first slaves, when it comes to blacks, were Brazilians. I go to Brazil a lot, and when I see what they look like from what I'm used to seeing as a kid, afros, natural cornrows, natural bodies. When I see that, I'm thinking, wow, that's so beautiful. And in my mind, I'm like, I would like that image to be of the black woman here in America. And I always ask myself is why do y'all fight this? And why are y'all trying to meet other cultures by being them? Just be who you are. These other people, now I'm not saying other people, but other people are going to always have a problem with black Americans. I don't like to say that, with Americans that's black. Excuse me.
Right. Gotcha.
But but it's been said since Mr. Samuel's passing, we have an image problem.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Hugely, not just the women, the men too. We have a huge image problem, and we let the wrong people set the precedence of that image.
Yep, I agree. That's facts. Hustler, you want to chime in? Then we're gonna wrap this up, y'all. I gotta get out of here. Unfortunately. Yeah, I don't want to keep y'all too long. But Hustler, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Hustler?
First of all, salute to you, DeeDee. Salute Classy and salute Pharaoh. Good to see y'all again.
Good to see you back. What's your thoughts on what you're seeing?
Classy's cool peoples. I know him. We go way back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Now that woman talking. Oh my God, that Kendra G video talking about shit.
Yeah.
First of all, you're bedridden, so you better be happy. A man's gonna be willing to look after you. And second of all, you say you want Chris Brown. This is the kind of mindset I'm talking about. Now, granted, when we were younger, we idolized about dating our favorite celebrities, but back in the day, we knew better. I wanted Janet Jackson when I was 5, 6 years old, but I knew 20 years down the line that wasn't gonna happen. It's just a childhood fantasy. So how the hell you 40 years old still living in that fantasy? You got to find someone better than Chris Brown? Excuse my language, DeeDee. Get the fuck out of here! Come on. This is ridiculous. And I agree with Classy. It's like the people that we allow to portray our image, that's the people that they're misrepresenting us. You heard about that story about the bronze statue down in Times Square in New York City, the black woman of the bronze statue?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, obese woman, hips poked out, all that kind of stuff. That's what they're portraying black women as. So if that doesn't tell you that we're being portrayed in a negative sense, I don't know what the hell will. But it's
Right.
just madness. My mic is muted. Rock out, y'all. I'll be back.
All right, H&M. And I don't want to keep DeeDee as well. DeeDee, did you want to say something else? I was going to rock and say something, but
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Go ahead. I got you.
What I was going to say is that, and I just want to tell, I'm speaking to black women. You have women like DeeDee, have women like other women like Love Dorsey, other women. They want to see their children prosper. And with doing what we're doing, we know it all stems back to the days of feminism, when the days when they left the black movement. We know where it all comes from. And I'm actually kind of glad that Donald Trump is shutting down all this Section 8 stuff. Would I like to see people homeless? No, I do not. But the fact of the matter is, he himself knows that every president should have checked years ago that this has gotten far too out of control, to the point where the women don't have no control over themselves. What you just saw on the Kendra G show is you saw a woman that needs to be in a mental institute, and she needs that white jacket that makes her hug herself. You should not be 40 years old still dreaming and thinking about stuff that we did when we were teens, when we had the little pop-up posters we used to put on our wall, the Word Up magazines. We're too old for that. You should be able to be mature enough to say, well, at least I want a man that's of sophistication. I want a man that I can present out in public, that I can be proud of, and make other men say, wow, that's a good gentleman over there, instead of worried about what's in his damn pocket. Excuse my language, DeeDee. I apologize for cussing.
No, it's all right. You good. Yeah, but you just a good point. You know, the priority or the goals or you know, is off. Is what these women are being taught to look for in men, in themselves, in anything is all off. It's out of order. You know, there's no shame. There's no, you know, these women aren't taught to be feminine ladies anymore. You can't, it's not, it's like they don't have any respect for themselves. And they're out here, and that's made to look as if that's something to be, that you're supposed to aspire to act ratchet and twerk everywhere. All this stuff is being looked at and they're just laughing at it. It's not, you know, they don't see that as a downfall. They don't see it as something to not do. You know, it's being pushed. It's being, you know, it's being praised almost like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with twerking on the tables in a restaurant. There's a video of the graduates that I played. They out there twerking, acting a fool, look like wild animals. But you know, nobody really speaks out and say that we shouldn't be acting this way. We're already looked at as if something's wrong with us. We're already looked at as if we're out here to just rob people and just do bad things. And then it's like the culture is giving people all around the world more incentives to treat us poorly. And I just think it's a problem. And you don't see a lot of women speaking on it. You don't see a lot of women saying, you know what? This behavior is trash. We could do so much better. We didn't start out like this. You know, the women didn't dress like this. They didn't act like this. We, if anything, held ourselves up and dressed, you know, appropriately. We knew how to go out and do, we've kind of we've gone backwards. We haven't progressed in the sense of how we are represented and how we act and how we treat ourselves. So and then a lot of us, we expect other people to just give us the highest regard, and we're entitled in a lot of cases, but you don't look at your behavior and how you've contributed to how other people treat you. There's no accountability whatsoever. We're expected to just be the most degenerate, but then want the highest praise and the most respect. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. And so
It
I
really
think,
doesn't.
yeah, it's like going out, hey, just be as ratchet as you want to be, but then you want people to hold you in the highest regard. And now that's what they want men to do. That's what they want y'all to be like, oh, she could just be as ratchet or whatever, but she's my queen. I'm going to treat her like the lady she thinks she is. I'm going to give her everything in the world because she deserves it. But why does she deserve it? That's how they treat men. You want men to treat you like these princesses and give you everything, but you shouldn't even be given that. You don't give anything or show anything that you've done to require or that you deserve this type of treatment. Every woman shouldn't be given that type of treatment because she don't even respect herself enough to why would you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of work that needs to be done within our communities. And a lot of these women don't want to put in the work. They just want to get everything, but you don't want to do anything.
And I weep for the children coming right from them,
Mhm.
because I'm hoping to God that the children see, not to have disrespect or hateful thoughts towards their parents. I
Mhm.
hope they look at their parents and look at them by the way they're acting and spite them and do the opposite by being classy and being respectful for themselves. Because see, what their parents is not telling them, hey, I got to live in this world after you're gone. And I need the guidance. And you're not giving it to me. You're giving me the wrong guidance that's got a short window.
Mm. Mhm.
It breeds no longevity
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
And I always tell Black women, I say, I love y'all to death, but I'm going to tell you when you are wrong. And I am going to tell you, why should I call you a queen when you are wearing the crown of a queen from another culture?
Hmm.
Not to mention the weave of a women from another culture.
And the person that you could be buying it from usually is behind closed doors calling you the N-word.
Mm. Mhm. Yeah.
That's some deep stuff right there. It makes you
Mhm.
wonder how far we fall. I mean, back in the day when women were carrying themselves with class, they called that oppression. This is just telling women what to do. Well, y'all rose above that, but look what happened. Fast forward to the 70s, 80s, 90s, our generation, millennial generation, Generation X, marriages started to decline. Less and less people were getting married. I mean, people were still getting married 35, 40 years ago. Don't get me wrong, because times were different. No internet, no cell phones, no social media. You were lucky to even have a computer when I was a kid, when we were kids. So times were certainly different, but I think fast forward to the 2000s, that's when it started to go to hell. At
Hey
least for
man,
us personally. I mean, times were just changing. Even when social media existed, I remember when MySpace came out. People who used MySpace, I know I did, but we used it more sparingly. And plus, meeting people didn't take a back seat to all this online stuff. Nowadays, I don't see really anybody trying to go out here trying to meet anybody, really. I mean, they're still meeting, but it's minimalistic at best. I will go 20 years into the past just to meet people online and possibly try to meet them up close in person. So we really changed. And I kind of blame technology, because when we didn't have all this stuff, we were still persuaded to engage in people nowadays. I do part-time work at a school bus district, and I see these kids on their iPads and iPods all day. Yes, they're talking to each other, but still they're on their iPods all throughout most of the bus rides to and from school. I'm like, what the?
Mhm.
it's
But to
sad
their credit, they're
because
still engaging. They're still engaging. But I'm just saying something I've noticed. But go ahead, Classy. Go ahead.
no, not to cut you off, and that's the problem. I think a lot of times, a lot of these women, they get, you know, I'm going to use the example when I hear DeeDee say hit the like button. Sometimes they confuse that little thumbs up as somebody actually liking who they are. And it's like, how do you know what this person thinks of you? You never vetted this person. You don't know what this person thinks just because they gave you a like on a picture.
Yeah. They take it serious. They take it. That's like it being in their DMs. They take it literally. Like these men really want you. They don't really want you. They're looking at what you're presenting yourself as, and they might want that, but they not. It's not like they. And they take it as, oh, this is the attention that I get. Men are always after me. They're not. That's not really that. They're not trying to really pursue you. They're trying to see if they could take you and get a little something from you, and then that's about it. It's not real in that sense, I don't believe. So
Agreed. But I am a gentleman, DeeDee. I am a gentleman first, and I'm going to show you respect as the woman that you
right.
are. But
Mhm.
I'm still a male by nature. I am thinking about 68,000 ways to flip you into a pretzel.
All right, Classy.
That's just my male biology speaking.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be able to do it or accomplish it, but that goes through my mind as well. But I'm still respectful.
Right.
I am that little chihuahua and that little shih tzu that is going to smile and give you kisses with my tongue. But I can also be the pit bull with that little pink thing hanging out as well. I am a male.
I get
Salute.
it.
Salute.
Well, y'all, I gotta get out of here, y'all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dee. I don't mean to hug you.
No, I
I
appreciate.
appreciate you for having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Take care until next time. I appreciate your class perspective.
Take care. All right, thank you.
Hustler, any final words? Because I gotta get out of here, Hustler.
Well, it's good seeing you again, and it's good to you're finally getting back to doing open panels, because I missed this.
Right.
I really miss this. I mean, I do my own shows. I don't know if you've seen my channel, but I do my own shows for like the last year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And people like yourself inspired me. So yeah, salute to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate you, Hustler. All right, Hustler, I gotta go.
All right, take care.
Be
Deuces.
safe. Later. All right, y'all. Listen, it was fun. I appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Look, I just want to keep it clean and respectful, y'all. I'm not trying to do. Listen, I stopped doing panels because it got out of hand, and I'm not trying to go back there. I'm really not. I'm just be respectful. Keep it to the talking points, y'all, and that's it. If y'all want to be on the panel, definitely come up. You got a cam up. And just keep it respectful. We ain't got to go through. I ain't trying to have no arguments and I ain't trying to do that. That's why I stopped doing them in the first place, because it got out of hand. So if we can keep it respectful, I'll do panels. If not, baby, I'll just go back to not doing the panels because I don't need to do it. I just like to hear what y'all have to say, and that's it. Stick to the topic, and we'll be good. And just look, you don't have to agree with the other person says, but you got to respect each other. That's it. And we should be able to do that, right? We should be able to be respectful to one another. No name calling, no none of that. If that happens, I'm just kicking you off. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we gonna do it, y'all. I appreciate you guys for being here, for supporting the channel. I appreciate the super chats and the cash apps, y'all. Thank y'all so much for giving y'all commentary. Y'all make me laugh every single time. Thanks to everybody who came up to the panel. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, just continue to support the channel by watching the videos that are posted on the channel, y'all. We got to get the likes up on those videos and the views up on those videos as well. So make sure you are doing that. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, it is free to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and share and like the videos and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content or go live. I will try to be back tomorrow, you guys. Listen, my birthday is coming up. I told y'all I'm getting ready for that. So, but I will try to pop up here tomorrow. So just keep the notification bell turned on so that you'll be notified when I go live. I'm going to try to come up here for at least by 1 o'clock to share some topics with you guys. So make sure you have that bell turned on. All right. All right. So I appreciate you guys once again. Y'all be safe out here in these streets, and I will see you really, really soon. Y'all take care. Mwah. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.